Let's see. This should be. Hey everyone. Hello. This is crazy. This is crazy, but this looks pretty cool. Let's see. Can I adjust this a little bit? Oh man, I know. I look pretty good right now. Upgraded the setup for sure. See if I can bring some people on TikTok onto here, but basically what this is usually every Sunday I do a live stream on TikTok. Cool thing about TikTok is random people are gonna come into your live and you get to interact with them. They're engaging, and I don't think the audience on YouTube is big enough at 295 subscribers to get enough notifications for people to actually show up. Plus the discussions on live are more interesting when you have a lot of people. So there's usually a chance of having a sizable amount. Sizable is like 10 people or something. I mean, it's gotten bigger before, but I usually struggle to keep up with comments when that's the case. Now, unfortunately, I know I'm really big in your face right now. I don't want to get into lenses or whatever, but I don't have the right lens to separate and put enough negative space around me. But I mean, you can see it's pretty crispy here. It's a nice camera. And we've been using this camera to do street interviews. Those videos are going to be coming to the channel soon. I just got to edit them and fix some of the audio mistakes I made while recording, but that's okay. This is the learning process. This is what the struggle and the growth looks like. You're going to make mistakes, and it's okay because you'll figure it out as you go along. And I think people struggle sometimes to just take the first step. Even me, every time I want to learn something new, I always overthink it for way longer than I should, until I get fed up with my inaction and decide to just go do it. And I don't care about perfection. I don't even care about if it's the wrong thing to do at that time. I'll just go do it. And then usually that's all it takes to get the ball rolling. Like a boulder that you gotta move. Just takes a little push first, and then you can start moving it. And that first push is usually the hardest thing. And so that's why I decided, you know what? So the best strategy is to make that small push the easiest and as frictionless as possible. If you want to go learn something, maybe the first thing is you buy the book, or even then, maybe the first thing is you just look it up and bookmark the page of the thing you're about to learn. And just small little actions is all it takes, and then it starts compounding as you learn more and more and more and more and more. And so in this case, we're gonna start live streaming on YouTube. So it's pretty cool. And then also the street interviews, making sure we get the audio, making sure I get the audio settings right. It was a lot of peaking, and I think I might be able to salvage some of it, but it ain't gonna be because that's the thing with the video. The audio has to be good. The video can look like crap. It doesn't matter. As long as people can hear you, that's what matters. And so if the audio is crap, then it's basically unwatchable. So I'm gonna see if I can salvage it, but we got a lot of interviews and I'm gonna go over it as I discussed with people on TikTok Live. But as you can see here, we have the setup on the iPhone with the microphone right here. And this is what we do every Sunday. And it started off as a way to practice improvisational speaking, to practice that. And I've gotten pretty good at it. Even this, speaking. Yeah, could I be better? Should I be more prepared? For sure. What I do is I end up writing summaries, an outline of the videos I posted this week as shorts. And we discuss those things as backup, but generally the discussion can go anywhere on TikTok. That I like that. It's basically a reflection of the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. We generally have the rule of no politics, but I kind of relax that for live because, people are really plugged in, but it is what it is. And that's okay. That's okay. So let me set up here on TikTok. Viewfinder is in it. All right, I'm still figuring out this camera. I just want to make sure it's not okay, that's still streaming and I am still, cool. And then I'll try to get a better lens so that, I'm not so much in your faces. And then, yeah, I can see this being a really, really cool thing, but live. And you don't see the camera. Nice, it works out. How about that? Ooh, that's pretty cool. And then hopefully it'll be some people. I'm gonna ask some of the people on TikTok to come on YouTube. So that way it could be we can circle in there. But I mean, I think the experience would be better on YouTube because I can see live chats. I'm not directly looking at the camera versus here, so that might be a little interesting. But let's see, let's try it out. Going live in 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I don't have a spiel or anything that I do. I just go live. Hello, everyone. Simulcasting on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. How about that? Notifying viewers. So some of the topics I have prepared for this week. And here's the thing: when you're doing lives, especially when it's going to be recorded, you kind of have to like have things prepared so people aren't. Because I know people go watch the replay of this. Hey Paige. Hey, I'm not sure that emoji. Devil emoji. Joshua Prevel. What's up, man? Oryx Zelda Oxios. You guys have some really weird usernames. Really, really weird. But that's okay. That's okay. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Some of the topics. Alicia, hey. Uzi, what's up? With the shit emoji. Paula B, what's up? How's it going? Kari, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Table Moments Live. I'm your host and captain, Ayman. We talk about anything and everything, but no politics. Well, I mean, if you guys really want to talk politics, I mean, unless there's some way we can discuss it without like it being an arguing match like you see on these TikTok lives. Those are kind of annoying, and I don't care to do that. It's kind of crazy that people actually like watching that because they're not productive conversations. Everyone's just yelling at each other, and it's just like, what the hell are we doing, you know? And if you guys want to see me in high def, I'm on YouTube too. You can just search Table Moments Podcast. I'm live streaming there too. It's more crispy. I ain't staring at the camera. But if you prefer YouTube, I'm there too. Brandon, what's up? Rafi, Amr, Mac Carter, 6. How's everyone doing? Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? Ooh, that's an interesting question. I think if you ask, here's the thing, power corrupts everybody. Okay, so like it's tempting to just have unlimited power. And I guess we would have to define what unlimited power looks like. Does that mean the power to compel people to do things? Because maybe you have the power over other things except people. But let's assume it means unlimited and limited means anything. Then it's like power really does corrupt you. And so you will be broken by it, corrupted by it. So it's a trap. I think unlimited power is a trap. And you see this historically that's happened. People who've had a lot of power over people have become villains, and that's just the nature of it. So I think just because I see unlimited power as a trap, I would have to choose universal respect. Not that I care to be respected by anybody, but I think that's the better choice if you had to choose between, yeah. Are you a Christ bearer from Wu-Tang? Are you Christ bearer? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Wu-Tang. But maybe that's a new resemblance. I haven't heard that one before. That's interesting. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? We're trying something new this week. If you're new here, just know I'm not like all the other people on live. We don't have any set topics. I'm not gonna choose some controversial title about some stupid shit like political debates or whatever. Now, if you guys have like political things that relate to like a grander cultural vision, we can talk about it, but we're not going to do the mindless, dumb arguments that happen on the other TikTok lives. Me too. Universal respect is way more ethical. I don't know. Depends. How do you get that universal respect? Depends how you get it. Like, I guess, I don't know. Like, respect is earned. Here's the thing. Respect is an interesting word because depending on who you ask, it'll mean different things. Generally, if you ask men what respect means, they'll give definitions or examples that are related to respect having been earned. So men don't just generally respect other men just for the sake of it. No, it's like, have you accomplished something? Have you done something? Do you carry yourself in a certain way that is admirable? And then that earns respect. However, if you ask women, like, what does respect mean to you? It's just a general like, oh, you're supposed to treat people with like kindness, or I don't know. Like it's more like it's just given automatically. It's because that's how they experience life. And so it's like two definitions. And if you actually look up the word respect, you'll see both definitions. And I think people, because we live in a more woman-centric world, people presume that that's what you mean, the second definition of respect, when in reality men don't carry themselves that way. And so there's always this like miscommunication when you're men and women talking about this word. And so it's like, you should respect me. Why? Like, what have you done? Like, and then to men, it's just like, it makes no sense. It's like, no, I'm not just going to respect you just cause. But yeah, women do believe that's true. And so it's like this confusion. And so people just use words incorrectly or in different definitions. And so usually the first thing to do when you're having an argument or if you're discussing things with someone is to discuss, like, what are we talking about first, and what do these words mean, which people never do. So interesting question though. I appreciate that. Who left it? Let's see. Amor. Yeah, thank you for that question. Oh my God, you're Sudanese. I'm not Sudanese. I'm not. My family is from East Africa though. Hey Jeff. My family is from East Africa, Eritrea specifically, but no, I'm not Sudanese. Do I look Sudanese? Is it the shirt? Is it the shirt? Okay. All of you who are joining, who've been here before on the lives, if you guys want to see me in crispy high def, you can go to YouTube, and I'm simulcasting on there too. You are extremely handsome. I appreciate it. Jeff, cool. I don't take compliments well, but someone advised me I should just say thank you and move on. So that's what I'm doing right now. Because, yeah, it is what it is. Hello, everyone. Hello. So Amor asked a really good question for those of you who are just joining. He asked, or she asked, I don't want to assume gender here, but would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? And that's why I got into that whole discussion about, but what are your thoughts? What would you choose? Universal respect or unlimited power? And are you a Swiftie? I don't know what a Swiftie is, Andrew. But you're gonna have to define that. But simulcasting on YouTube, this is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know, eventually I'll figure out how to do all the platforms at the same time and then like get all the, you would choose respect? All right, see, that makes sense. Well, I don't know. Like, I wanna see what women would choose. Unlimited power sounds cool. Yeah, but then you end up like Jafar. Come on, you gotta be careful. Unlimited power generally leads to corrupting yourself. And what do they say, the quote about power? Power corrupts absolutely. And that's always been true in history. Like, you see the villains of history, it's all been because they were unchecked. They had unlimited power, and power that they were given by people. And so like when you see people just go along and get along and are willing to like let authority control a lot of their life, it's a dangerous slope. It's a very, very dangerous thing. And so when I think conservatives have a hard time relaying that message, because they always suck at messaging, they always talk about morality or whatever. It's like, you guys are working from different starting points. Like, power is dangerous to people, especially like if it's not, I don't know if you necessarily need some sort of religious foundation, but even then, like, there are plenty of examples in history of religion and warfare. So I wouldn't say religion is a good suppression of the negative consequences of unlimited power. You should be a professor, you're very intelligent. Thank you, man, I guess. I don't know, I feel like I gotta do way more reading. I just like thinking about things in different ways. And that's what I'm hoping this platform, this audience, Table Moments, could be. It's like we can have open-ended discussions about so many different things. And that's what this is, if you guys are new here. It's a podcast about anything and everything, and generally we avoid politics, and there's a whole audio thing that's separate from this. Power is limited and always goes away. Yeah, I mean, it generally goes away because it gets too extreme to a point that some really bad things happen, which I think King Kobe can actually give a lot of opinions about power. He seems politically informed, or at least historically informed. Hey King, what's the word? Right now we're talking about, would you choose unlimited respect, or would you choose universal respect or unlimited power? And I've just been explaining like how power is a really dangerous thing for an individual. And you see this happen all the time. It's like it happens to normies all the time. People who get a little bit of success comes with some money, then the money influences people, and then you wonder why like rich and famous people are assholes and they do some really weird and perverted stuff. It's because like when you got power over people, it's just like, all right, let's see what we can make them do. And so it's dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. Like, yeah, it is. Difference between Dr. King and Malcolm X. Ooh, I think, you know what I've heard about Dr. King? Like, he's sort of a plant. Like, he's the acceptable rebel. He's the acceptable version of black, whatever, however you want to call it. But, like, he's the okay one. Malcolm X is the radical who can't be controlled. I think that's the way I would describe him. So it's like Dr. King is the one you remember in history or whatever because he was the acceptable one. He was the one who was chosen by the powers that be. But Malcolm X is the more like, I think I fuck with Malcolm X more. I think I do. Like if you asked old me, where I was like more of a pacifist, I would have been like Dr. King, but now I'm just like, nah, not even Malcolm X, probably someone more extreme than him. But I mean, I got the glasses, so I could just 60 Minutes talked about gouging from defense contractors if Americans only knew. Yeah, like I used to work in for a government laboratory supporting the U.S. Navy's nuclear fleet. You guys have no idea how much things cost, what they'll charge. It's crazy. Dr. King wanted peace regardless. I don't know. You have to earn respect by respecting others. No, that's not how you earn respect. Not among men. It's not about respecting others. It's about doing things worthy of respect. It's not by giving it. The women, I think, are more like about that. Like, you'll respect people who respect you. Malcolm X, you hit me, I hit you. Yeah, I kind of respect that. Like, it's just like you treat people how they've treated you. It's a sort of, it's changing up the golden rule in a more utilitarian and useful way. It's like, don't do unto others as you wish to be done to you. It's do unto others how they've done to you. So the best strategy, the golden rule, needs revision. The best golden rule is first you treat someone how you want them to treat you. Then you see how they treat you. If it's in kind, then yeah, you continue that relationship. If not, then if they screw you over, if they cheat you, if they lie to you, then yeah, you're open to do the same things back to them. Or just cut them out. I'm more of the cutting them out side, but I mean, yeah, you treat others the way they've treated you. So is it bad to con a con artist? Is it bad to con a con artist? I don't know. I don't think so, but feel free to leave your thoughts. I texted my ex again and he again ignored me and it caused chest pains, eating me alive. AKA, are you the same person as last week? Did you change your username or are you a different person? LML. Dr. King wasn't a plant because he was killed because he was a threat. I don't know. Do you still have your security clearance? No, I don't have. I had to rescind it when I left. They make you fill out all this like documentation before you. First, the security clearance process is a pain in the ass. Like I remember I actually got the job like in late summer, and it wasn't until the beginning of winter that I was able to start the job. There was a whole government shutdown, like kept security clearance process from. But it's a long process. It's not like, oh, you're cool. No, you got to fill out this long ass form accurately and then give them references. So they'll actually contact people in your personal life about like you or whatever and stuff like that. It's very invasive, but that's what it takes to get a security clearance. I got the DOE security clearance. It wasn't DOD stuff. I was technically a contractor for the Department of Energy, but they have security clearances too. It's a whole thing, man. Do your glasses change to shades when you go outside? Nope. They don't. These are regular ass glasses. Faith is here. Oh yeah, you're the same. Okay. AKA. Hey, what's up? Came in for that ex person. Oh, yeah. I sent a long apology and told him he gave me the happiest years of my life and I was sorry. How do you know you're not blocked? That might be the case. And they need to streamline the process. Yeah, Yeah, they do. Like I remember, yeah, it took like 5 months for me, but there was a government shutdown, so it kind of like all the federal workers were basically not working, who needed to process my security clearance. But man, it's a long process, and then once you're in, it's like it sort of opens you up for other government jobs. So it's like I understand why like federal workers really like. It's like once you're in it, you're basically in it. You can be there forever. They're not gonna just fire you, whatever. And now chest pains all day. I don't know. If it's chest pains, either go to the doctor or maybe some stuff, whatever. All right, so Jamaican Asset, what are we talking about? A few things. AKA is back. She might update us on her broken heart about this guy who she broke up with. It's been a weekly thing. Maybe this is like, unfortunately, AKA, you keep bringing it up, so we're going to talk about it. But we're also talking about would you choose unlimited power or universal respect? That's a topic too, but it is what it is. Dude, don't encourage it. Yeah, he left me. What? I mean, if she wants to give us updates, what if we get to see the progress of a relationship over time? Every week it's like sending messages like, oh, he didn't respond. Oh, but he unblocked me this time. And he read it, and then maybe he sent a text message, and then who knows, whatever. We'll see what happens. And then who knows? This is sort of like this is the kind of crap you ladies watch on Netflix, okay? Now you're complaining because it's on a TikTok live? Like, whatever. And this is real, as opposed to the stuff you guys watch on Netflix, which is mostly made up bullshit. If you guys are wondering, if you guys are curious, I'm also on YouTube. I got a camera here, and I think my face looks sexier there because it's using a better camera. But if you're a YouTuber or if you like to spend a lot of time on YouTube, I'm live streaming on YouTube right now. Yeah, it'll be interesting if any of you go there. Go live with her. I don't know if she wants to. Like, we talked about having her and her person on podcast, but I don't know. That's a little iffy. At least she has someone to break her heart. Ah, damn, Jamaican Asset. Damn. I'm just going to call you Jam. I'm going to call you Jam. Or you could just put your name in the chat. No. I'm just going to call you Jam. I'm not going to remember it. But yeah, that sucks. Go live with someone one day. I will. I just have to like figure out the structure of this. Like even now, there's no structure here. We just talk about anything and everything, and people come in the chat and like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? It's like, yeah, we don't have a set topic. But eventually, like, once I figure this out, man. No, it's not. You don't know that. I don't know. Maybe. His mom told me it's unproductive to say if it's meant to be, it will be. But she loves me, I know. I'm okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, she's right. You're single out here? Okay. Yeah. Are you struggling out here finding dudes to want to go out with you? Is that what's happening? And his Spotify reminds me of us. You gotta stop listening to those Spotify playlists, yo. You know, like, all right. Yeah, anybody who, like, if you break up with somebody, it's probably a good idea to not, like, have things in your life that constantly remind you of them. Just so you can, like, get over it a little faster. But, I mean, if it's a dope-ass playlist, what can you do, right? I don't know. I've never had that issue. Spotify is the new mixtape. No, come on. You know, I don't know. I wasn't dating. I was too young to be doing mixtapes with like cassette players. Faith, maybe you know, maybe you received some, but at least those took effort because you actually had to like hear the song on the radio, then put the cassette player in and then hit record at the right time and then stop it and then wait for another song to play and then do it. Yeah, all right, burning CDs. I guess that's one way to do it too. But now all you got to do is just click. That's romantic. New mixtape. It's the last thing I have of him. Damn. Oh, we got. All right. It's not hard for me, but finding the right one is hard. Fair enough. What? All right. Put your long ass list in the comments. Let's see how long this list is. Obviously, he got to be tall, right? He's got to be somewhat fit. Maybe some money or have his own place. Decent car, doesn't have to be too nice, right? Am I getting it right? You were burning CDs, DB. Yeah, that was my era. Yeah, I know that sounds like your era, Faith. Sounds like your era. what songs were on it. I don't even know if I'd be broken up this much about my husband. Ah, come on, don't say that. Don't say that. You're lucky to be with him. You lucked out, Faith. I'm sure of it. Based on your energy and interactions on live, you're definitely lucked out. Man, ex-football player? Oh my God. Ladies, you see Faith over here? She doesn't appreciate what she got. My ex was perfect. I had attachment issues. My first love was 19 to 23. I don't know how to move on from him. I see signs every day. Our song played in shop. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, no one's perfect, but the more you talk about him, the more you stay stuck. Yeah, I think that's just like one of those, like, you're in a rut. You know, men, we have those. For us, it's different. It's not like we're over a girl or something, but you know, there are times where it's just like, it's not going right, okay? In the romantic area for men. And it's just like, you know, sometimes it's just like, you got to get out of that rut. And some people call it a slump buster, because that's a bit of a slump. And then you might have to take an L, not an L, you get a dub, but maybe she ain't ideal. And you just call it a slump buster because she got you out of that slump. And you just don't talk about it. Ladies, you have no clue what I'm talking about, but fellas, you do. You do. It's all in my head all day. I don't know what to do. Let's see. He needs to appreciate what he has. If I don't say it, I think it. I know Boyz II Men and John B were on my tapes. The first way to get over someone is to get under another one. Facts. I don't know if that works for women so much. It's just like, ugh. For men, yeah, I don't know if that's even true either. But it is something people do. One, a respectful. All right, so Jam's list is a respectful person that can be around my boys. Okay, that makes it tougher. Reliable job. Okay. Want to build together. Okay. But a lot of the people you're running into are not. I think the boys make it harder, for sure. I got a dub with someone and hated myself more and have it since. Yeah, I know, you talked about it last time. Yeah, it wasn't, I don't know. I can't say it's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea to just get involved with somebody. It's like, it's a temporary fix and you might feel shittier afterwards, so it's like probably not a good idea. 4, have ambition. Okay. It works for us. Made me miss him even more because he was so romantic. Love is better than a one night stand. Wait, what you call me? I didn't call you anything. I just said, your pool of eligible bachelors will be a lot smaller because you have kids. Reliable job, want to build together, and ambition. Okay. It's been over a year now. I think you Gen Zs are too sappy. I agree. That's maybe the only time we'll ever agree. The very few times, but yeah, people are way too sappy. Like, and I think I'm more extreme in the opposite direction than people can handle. But if you guys want to discuss it, we can. Like, you guys tolerate way too much from way too many people and care too much about what they think. Way too much. Like, it blows my mind when I see people like invite misery into their own life and they're like, you know, I have to do it. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to do those things. Some of you might think I'm talking about you. I'm not. I'm talking about, I just had a conversation with my sister about this, and it's just like, why do you invite misery in your life? People are way too sappy. That's the problem. You think certain people need to be there just cause, and it's just stupid. Oh damn, a year? Damn. My name is Cheryl. Okay, I hope I remember that. Yeah, it's been over a year, but we dated 4 years, each other's first love. My list is not bad, right? I don't know, it's very amorphous. There's no like concrete things that what does ambition mean? What does respectful, what does all that mean? Like, what would that look like in a dude? Like, a man with ambition doesn't mean he'll actually be successful. I'm pretty ambitious, but I can't say I've made it yet. Like, so if you're looking for a guy who's already made it, then you probably want to go older because it usually takes time. But if you don't mind the come up, which means there's a lot of like bad nights of like nothing's going right with his thing or whatever that he's ambitious about. Like, can you tolerate that? You know, women don't understand. Like, the grind is a grind. There's a reason why it's called a grind, because it's very abrasive. It's very abrasive. And so it's like, what do you mean? But he has seemed happier since me, so maybe I just need to be happy for him, even if I'm sad. That's an interesting one. So if you're really happy for, if you really love him, then maybe you want the best for him. So it's like, let him move on. Dude, you always agree with me, you simply don't want to admit it? Nope, no. Someone's leaving comments that have been filtered, so don't get mad at me if I didn't read it, because maybe I didn't see it. WDYM, invite misery. What? I don't know what that stands for, but yeah. Jamaican asset, what's your age range? I have met lazy men. Okay. And I'm moving in July, so I'm leaving where I'm from, and he's from here too, saying goodbye to the last part left of him. And our memories, damn. Faith, 37 to 46, I'm 38. Okay. I don't know, I'm not, I mean, I'm 33, so I don't know if I can be given any perspective on older dating, but I mean, it sucks, I think, more for women, because it's like, it just gets harder and harder for you guys as you get older. Like, that's the nature of beauty. It fades fast, even. I know black don't crack, but I mean, it cracks at some point. It has to. It happens to all of us. Like, I know I'm gonna have lines that go down here soon enough. And that's just it. It just happens. So I think it is harder. Like, men who are between 37 and 46 who got their shit together, they're probably dating women way younger than you, probably women in their late 20s to early 30s. So that's tough. Unless maybe he has some kids too of his own. So maybe you need a divorcee. Yeah. I don't know. Like, would a divorcee who has his shit together, who's ambitious, who has, it's like, why wouldn't he date a younger woman who probably would want to be with a more established man? Men seem to be scared to be in relationships during the come up, though. I think, yeah. Well, a lot of men think they need to have a lot of things before they can actually, like, you know, get the women that they desire. Okay, it's like a lot of the women that they see on Instagram or whatever there's more to that than they even know. So it's like, yeah, you're probably not gonna get some IG thought while you're on the come up, okay? Like, she's used to yachts or whatever, or trips, or, I mean, the whole life, that lifestyle is, a lot of it's fake. I mean, I don't know if people even know, but I don't have to get into it. But I don't know why men would feel scared. It might just be they're not able to support a girlfriend or possibly wife while they're in the come up. And I totally understand that. Like, yeah, when you're in the come up, it's a grind, man. Will I ever find love again? Will I ever feel, okay, he was my soulmate? How can you replace that? I don't know. You may not. I can't give you any guarantees here. What was my major? It was mechanical and aerospace engineering. I got a master's in mechanical engineering too. Faith, I think so too. Hope he has a daughter. Okay. That was your last chance. Damn, why you be? I mean, that could very well be true, DB. Yeah, that could have been the last chance. Yes, scrolling. Yes, I'll keep scrolling. Okay, like, that's fine. What's a good job to invest in? Whatever you feel compelled to do. I think, like, when people look at jobs to do or careers that they want to get into, they're always looking at the paycheck or maybe the status that comes with it. But then it's just like, do you want to be in it for 5 years and realize you're miserable? You know? Like, the advice I would give to younger people is try a bunch of things. I mean, because you have the time to do that. Like, I'm doing this older, much older, but I mean, I think it'll pay off in the long run. But yeah, I wouldn't be. So it's like there are other things to consider about a good job. So I can't give you a specific thing because I don't know you. So you kind of have to know you. It's really the enjoyment, Because like if you enjoy it, you will excel at it. If you enjoy it, it's something you'll look forward to doing. Now, it's a hard thing to find. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's very hard to find. Some people are lucky to have figured it out when they were 12. And then they stick with it. Like, a lot of these YouTubers who are big now started when they were like in their early teens. It's just like, yeah, they've been giving it for 10 years and they love this shit. Like, you're not going to beat someone who loves it. And so, yeah, there's always going to be things you don't like about a certain job. But, I mean, if as a whole you do like it, then it's something that you can stick and sustain with for a long enough time. Let me make sure I'm aligned here. I'm actually live streaming on YouTube too at the same time. For those of you who don't, if you guys like YouTube, I'm there too. But definitely, I don't think anyone's watching it. It'll be a replay kind of thing if you guys want to see it. You asked, last chance in early 20s? I would rather have a job that I enjoy. So everyone only gets one chance at love in their 20s? No, I mean, like if you ask most older people, they'll say they've been in love multiple times. So I wouldn't be worried about that. And if this is the first time, then I can see that being a thing. Like you're worried that it's not going to happen again. But I think maybe being in love for the first time unlocks your ability to love again. It's like one of those things, like you just got to be able to do once. And then once you've done that, then it becomes easier to do it later with another person, maybe. But I don't know. I could just be bullshitting right now. I have no clue, but that could be the thing because it's been true for me. For careers, you need to try a bunch of stuff so you'll figure out what you like. Yeah. Is that my favorite elbow? Oh, the elbow lady, guys. The elbow lady. Women with good jobs seem to struggle more with relationships, though. I don't know if it's the job itself that makes it struggle. Obviously, you have the whole status thing that feeds into her ego, which makes it sort of impossible to date because they really care about their employment, which is crazy because it's just like, none of this is going to matter. None of it. So it's just like, who cares? But I mean, I think women are more susceptible to falling for the social bullshit that, job, status, prestige, all that. And it makes sense. I mean, women are more communal. It makes sense why they would care more about those things. But it's like your employer is trying to convince you to stay. Do you think your employer likes it when you're pregnant? Like, it's like, oh man, we're gonna have to deal with this maternity leave. Do you think they enjoy that? Like it's not gonna cost them? These employers will tell you whatever they want. They will tell you whatever you want to hear to stay there. And so it's just like, they don't have your best interests at heart. Your interests are actually misaligned in a certain stage of your life. But you can explain this to women, they won't get it. So, do you make money on TikTok? No. I did make money on a street interview though. It was weird. Someone handed me $50 for interviewing him. It was crazy. Dude, like we got a nice camera. I'm actually live streaming through that on YouTube, so look crispy. But we were on the street asking people a bunch of questions and they're like, oh shit, you guys YouTubers? You wanna? And then I was like, yeah, you wanna come answer some questions? And it's like, it's kind of crazy how open and honest and fun people are. And it was a Thursday night. It's crazy. But we could talk about that more if you guys have any questions related to that. Those videos are gonna be coming soon. They'll be on the YouTube channel. East African men are struggling to get into the jobs they want though. What do you mean? Explain that one. What jobs are they struggling to get into? Because I'm not sure. Old person for this live, I've been in love 3 times. Oh, yeah. So here you are giving AKA some hope. And I don't know what love wasn't at 21. AKA seriously, we're not, but this story is a lot for us. Well, my ex and I were together for all college and until 22. So did we know love? LOL, fair. What age is it the rarest and hardest to find true love again? I don't think anyone can give you an answer for that. Just know that people have been in love multiple times. And when you're young and it's all you've ever known for this one person, it's hard to imagine that you can have that again. Maybe it won't be as extreme because you're not gonna have the flood of hormones and puberty running through you, but that's okay. I mean, like there are people who are in love who get divorced all the time. It sucks. People are complicated, so I don't think we can ever give you a useful answer to that question. Is what I would say. But maybe that would be an interesting question to ask people on the street, like, how many times have you been in love? Because I think a lot of people will say multiple times. But then if you ask people, all right, what is love? It's like, all right, depending on who you're talking to and the frame and their background, they'll give you different answers. So it's just like, it's not even, is it a useful question to ask or even give an opinion on when people's definitions of what these words mean are different things? So it would be a good question. Like we did ask some pretty interesting questions on the street. Like we asked, ladies. Okay, so we have a few ladies here. So one of the questions we asked guys, even men, anybody can give an answer to this, but one of the questions we asked is like, wait, let me read your comment real quick. And what is love is an amazing question because most can't describe it. Yeah, I agree. Like even I would struggle to describe what love is. But I think it's like one of those things they'll have a hard time describing, but they know it when they feel it or something. But I think some people might confuse infatuation and for love, which I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a tough question. And so it's a tough one. So I don't know if it even makes sense for street interviews because people are just gonna look, their faces are just gonna look dumb, just trying to think hard about what it is. Love isn't a feeling either, it's an act. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's a display. Because it's like, people can say here's the thing, people use these words so often and flippantly in so many different contexts, like, okay. Like if you walk, I remember in high school, like when friends, typically women, were, even with male friends that they have in school, it's just like, all right, gotta go to class, love you. It's just like, what? Why would you cheapen the word that way? It makes no sense to me, but whatever. It's crazy. You have to ask that before drinking. What do you mean? Oh yeah, people do. Yeah, we did run into a bunch of drunk people on the street a lot. I feel unless I'm perfect physically and emotionally, no man will stay or want me. Is that a common feeling for women out here? You guys are all so worried guys will leave you? Dog, go see a therapist. I have one. Oh, damn. Ma'am, I bagged a football player. I'm nowhere close to perfect. Yeah, you got lucky as fuck, Faith. You got lucky as fuck. I don't know how. Man, that's crazy. Love is nonsense. You can find someone that have you back. Okay. No, not a common feeling. Also, I'm going to school to be a therapist. Yeah, he got lucky. He knows it too. Nope, I doubt it so much. You definitely lucked out, for sure. Not a lot of people can say they were football players, okay? Not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot. My ex and I did long distance whole time. He went out every weekend until 3 a.m. around Ghost, but he was loyal, so I was showing, have yelled so much. I don't understand people doing here's the thing, I'm in a situation and the long distance thing, man. There's a reason why I don't like him. And this is a good reason. Let's see, Vinch. What's up? No apology for you. I don't know. That's what she typed. NFL football? Yep. Yeah. I know. It's surprising, DB, isn't it? How, Sway? How did you end up on the field, Faith? How? Were you one of those groupies in the locker room? Or you probably met him at some function about business or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it happened. I was wrong for yelling about him going out that late, not texting me enough. I trusted him, but felt my boundaries crossed. Here's the thing, if I was dating someone long distance and they were going out to the club at 3 a.m. Here's the thing, if it's a girl, it's so easy to have sex thrown in your face that the temptation she would have to be like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you be in an environment where, that's that sexually charged? Whereas if you're a dude, you literally have to actively work to go get it. It's not going to just fall in your lap. My brother, he's younger. He goes out to clubs sometimes with his friends or whatever. One night they actually got bottle service. And there's all this like misconception about like the whole experience of it. They get a table, they get the drinks, all that. And like time is just going by and no girls are coming around. None. And it started pissing him off. It's like an hour, they're there, they only have the table for 2 hours, and they're like, what the fuck? I thought the whole point of getting bottle service at tables is that girls come to you. But still, that's not the case. He's like, God damn it. And so he's like, you know what, we only got 30 minutes left, I'm gonna make the most of this. And so he starts going around the club and he's just like, hey, do you got a table? Do you have drinks? Come join us, come join us. And even when you got things on display, you still gotta do the work, fellas. You still gotta do the work. So it's just like, a guy going out ain't gonna get laid unless he actively pursues it. Women, it just falls, you can fall onto it. So it's just a different thing, I guess. Even though he didn't cheat. I met him at an NBA All-Star weekend. Oh, thanks, I guess. But to me, it isn't super impressive, I guess. I guess if you don't like football. But I don't know. I think women with dudes who are out of their league don't appreciate it. But it's okay. They never do. They never do. You're fed so much propaganda that, women are the best, blah, blah, blah. And then you realize, like, if this situation, he's a pretty rare dude. I bet you, yeah, and I think he's tall too, right? So I don't want to have to do that, like, how rare are you calculator thing you see on YouTube sometimes, but yeah. And if he's black too, oh my God. Like, he's at Vanguard and hot, and he can get anyone so kind of respectful too. I blew it. Let's see. Girls don't come to y'all. They just are around. You still got to do the work. It's very rare to see a girl who like goes and actively pursues a dude, unless you have some clout. The people with clout, women approach because they're a payday. But like the average dude, when you go, yeah, she'll find you attractive and she'll like give you looks and shit, but she ain't doing shit to like actually make anything happen. It's a man's job to like go read those signals, and then go and make it happen. Yeah, it's easier because it's like she's already into you, but it's not gonna just fall on your lap. So I pick fights a lot because of jealousy. I think distance made it worse. Girls were drawn to him. I normally just dance and girls dance with me. Okay. But he won't give me another chance after my toxic attitude and actions. LOL, we are the best. No. Mids at best is what I would say. You'd be surprised, like, most women ain't shit. It is what it is. Most men ain't shit either, but you don't need to be told that. Just cool that he played at that level. He's lucky on his end too. I don't know. Mine was 6'4", he's 6'4", and black. Being tall is a blessing. It is. You can get away with a lot more. People take you more seriously. You have more credibility. It's crazy, the bias that people have towards tall and attractive people. It's honestly, it rubs me the wrong way sometimes, but I can't change people. People are shallow. It's called the halo effect if you want to look it up. I am far from a groupie, and he said he liked my brain and smart ass mouth. Oh, ugh. I'm not gonna even ask, but I am curious about like what it's like in the bedroom. You think you're all that in a bag of chips? Papa squat over the camera. I'm not sure what you're asking, but okay. Hey, Foxy Brown, how's it going? Oh, you're in Texas too. Hello, fellow Texan. How long do I have to be in Texas to be considered a Texan? It's been a month and a half. Women are beautiful goddesses. You can get the hell out of here with that shit, JC. No, they're not. No, they're not, bro. They are not. Does my ex sound really rare? Did I lose a 1% guy? I mean, maybe. I mean, if he's 6'4", if you're worried about the likelihood of you running into another 6'4" guy who wants to date you, yeah, it's gonna be pretty rare. Or who wants to be and be as faithful as he was to you, then yeah, that's gonna be pretty hard. And his family treated me amazing, took us on trips all the time, and I complained I was so negative because of my bad attitude and depression. Yeah. JC at JC Truth. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hate to do this, but I kind of want to experiment a little bit. Could you guys like the live? Someone told me once that the likes that you get on a live influence whether the algorithm shows this live feed to other people. So just give the screen a few taps, and I want to see if that's actually true. I don't want to be one of those people who are like, smash the like button, all that bullshit. No, you don't have to do that. If you don't want to follow, don't follow. Check out the content on the page, and if it's not something you're into, yeah, you don't need to see it on your For You page. Why is it rare? That's so sad. Because you're asking for rare things. Like most men, what's the average height of a dude? 5'9", 5'10"? No, it's probably lower than that, 5'8", something like that. Like, he's already an outlier just on the height thing, which women seem to care a lot about. Like, if you didn't care about the 6'4" thing, yeah, there are plenty of good guys out there who will be respectful of your relationship, who won't cheat, whatever. But if the height thing's important to you, yeah, you're already in a pool of rare people. And then on top of that, you want all these other things that typically people who have a more advantageous appearance, generally, why would they? I mean, like, the chances of finding all that in one thing is just, you can even do the math on it. Like, okay, are you sure you made the right decision? I was in a Hindu live. How'd I get here? Because it's probably just pushing a lot of brown and black people too. I don't know. He left me, I begged. I believe that's true. We want to see your brother. Who's that a question to, JC? I love your content. Happy to like it and influence the algorithm. Oh, thanks, Kara. I appreciate it. Yeah. Like, let's see if we can like build the audience here. Do you guys like having more people? I already struggle with keeping up with the comments, you know? Gay guys also care about height. Is that true? Actually, we actually invited a technically bisexual guy on our podcast who does OnlyFans. Those of you who are interested in that conversation, I think it's like one of the top episodes for sure, because it's just very enlightening. All the things you wouldn't expect about OnlyFans, like you start learning about the industry and stuff like that, and it's a good episode. And yeah, there are things in that community that maybe people aren't aware of. Let me catch up with the comments. You gotta make a spicy commercial topic and put it in the background. Oh yeah, I know. It's just like the nature of this anti-capitalist is that it's a conversation about anything and everything. So we tend to shift, like the kind of conversations you would have with your friends, where there's no set topic, it's not prepared. You guys aren't just going to debate one thing, but the conversation can go anywhere. And so that's the nature of the podcast, which is what this page is a representation of, but also the lives. And so that's what we do here. So it's going to be hard to just put, maybe if I figure out how to like put the topic that we're currently discussing up here and then change it as we go. But let me just catch up with comments here and then I'll look into it if there's a dead point here. JC, really, do you know why? Hindu live? Not high, I'm 5'11", so I need tall. Do you need tall? I mean, what do they say? You're the same height laying down, so it doesn't matter. Dude, what's up, man? No hate, but Jason Williams better. Is that a basketball reference? I don't, but the rarity of a great family, in-laws, and faithful, romantic, and selfless, genuine. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Like, you have to understand, most families aren't like good. Like, we can get into family stuff, but like, if you actually really reassess your relationships with your parents and how they raise their kids, which you're now dating, ain't so good. It's a statement, LOL, your discourse with your brother is good. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, we do like an after moment show on YouTube too, where it's just me and him. We just talk about anything. But yeah, we've been doing this for a while now, so I appreciate that, JC. It's nice to hear that. That's too hard to find. It is pretty hard. Hey, girly pop, what did you learn? All right, I got to catch up with these comments because I don't even know the context of these things anymore. Everyone should be bi, especially. Oh, what did we learn? Okay, so like there is racial bias in the way people's preferences. Let's say that. I have to be careful about the language I use because OF is what I'll use to describe the platform. But like all the things that they got to do, all the things that a content creator like me, that anyone who makes content for YouTube, TikTok, they got to deal with the same bullshit too. They have haters too. They got to. It's a full-time job. It takes a lot of effort and work to actually make the content. They got to do collabs. They do collabs and stuff, and that's a bit risky. But they worry about some of the things that straight men worry about, like knocking a girl up and everything. And then also like the type of people that do well in the industry are straight white men. They are straight white men, and because they can appeal to both hetero and homosexual fantasies. And so like a gay guy would watch a straight guy having sex and enjoy it because they're just watching it for the guy, and then obviously straight people are watching the guy too, whatever. And then there's all these like kinks and stuff. It's a really interesting conversation if you're down for that stuff, but it's kind of crazy. Everyone should be bi, especially you. Yeah, I'm good. Did you see my comment? I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, at Faith, looking. Women prefer to feel secure, so that's why we usually go taller. What does that mean? Like, you're all gonna call the police no matter what. Like, if you really need safety, it shouldn't matter, but it's biology, I think. And so it's like, can women ignore their biology? I don't think so. Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? I don't know. Messi's the more talented, naturally talented one, and Cristiano Ronaldo is he's the engineered man. Is how I would describe it. So if the basketball equivalent would be like would be Cristiano Ronaldo, I guess would be more like LeBron, just engineered to perfection. And then Messi would be like, I don't know if it's Steph Curry, but no, Kyrie maybe. I don't know. Or like Iverson, I think makes sense. Not biased. Yeah. What are you, African American? Interesting question. I am I guess. I don't know. I never know how to use these labels, so it switches up depending on what I have who I'm talking to. Bye. Gotta go. Okay. Good night, Rems. But yeah, my family's from East Africa. I was born in America though, so I'm not. Whatever. You could define that however you want. I think you would make a great matchmaker. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want that responsibility, because if it doesn't end well, then I'm the one to blame, right? Because I'm the one who put you guys together. So it's just like, nah. I think I can just say what I've done, the things that's worked for me, things that haven't worked for me, and then you guys can decide what to do with that. Now, I did think it would be interesting to build a dating app on top of Instagram. So for those of you who are older, you might not realize Instagram is often used as a way to meet people and for dating too. So guys will slide in DMs all the time. But the problem is, like, it doesn't give you geographic information and some of the other things that a dating app would. And so I was like, all right, if people are already on Instagram trying to use it as a dating app, then what if you can build an app that gave you that additional information, so you know this person's like within 20 miles of you, instead of just DMing random people you see on your feed. Which, I mean, it tries to do suggestions of that, but isn't quite there and organized or whatever. And so like, this might be good for introverted women who really struggle to meet guys, and it would be good for guys because the way I imagine it working is like men don't swipe. It's just you will get any woman who's interested in you, which is generally how men operate on these dating apps anyway. So And plus, I've been doing all this software stuff with social media APIs and stuff, so I think I could build something like that. But I'm still working on that. I think it would make it for a really cool YouTube video. I think you apply for both. I didn't let you finish. Oh. You should make a service for the East African community. There's already a dating app for the East African community, Jebina. I think it sucks. Their code sucks. Their Android app is terrible, but their iOS still sucks. Do you get any bald head lovers? I don't know if any woman loves bald. There are some. No. People try to make fun of me for the bald head. At least if you're talking about the context of TikTok Live, like people always like try to crack a joke about it. I don't care. Some people like it. They say it fits, but I mean, I think perhaps it would look better with hair, but I don't care. What would it take for him to believe in us again? It was a good once it can be again. We did therapy. I don't know. I think maybe just time. I think you just need time. He's real African. No, I speak English, bro. You are a perfect example for folks that say there is an agenda. Folks who they are, let's see. Should I quit my job and make over 100K and have a similar amount saved parents against me quitting? You got to do you, bro. I don't know. You know what you want to do. Either it's up to you, man. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. You're Eritrean American. I don't really fuck with the Eritrean part, honestly. And like, no. Every time I've seen my parents, uncles talk about like how it is back home and like we need democracy, blah blah. I'm like, why the hell would I rep this shithole country? You know, like why? No, thank you. Not a defendant of slaves. Yes, I love that idea. Oh, okay. I've thought of that. Well, let us know when you get to that app going. I already got the API keys from Facebook. I did like a test. So I started working on it, but then I was like, all right, I really have to think about the distribution part. Distribution is always the hardest part. And right now the audience is not big enough for it to be successful. So it'd be too early. But the idea is like the app would be free, because the problem with dating apps is they're financially incentivized against you. Like, what financial incentive does an app have to match you with someone that gets you off the app? Because their money is made by having you on the app, by being on the platform, by being an active user. And so it's like your incentives and theirs are misaligned. You're looking for love. They're looking for you to stay on their app. So if they ever gave you love, you have no reason to be on the app anymore. So it's just like flawed from the beginning. So that's the problem with making money from a dating app. Now you can still extend it. It's like, all right. So that's why I wouldn't make any money directly from the dating app. You'd make money from like affiliates, basically like help guys set up first dates, which they fucking struggle with all the time. And so it'd be like, all right, here's what you say to her. And then here's a meetup spot that we've partnered with. Starbucks is great. I mean, I have videos. We've had this conversation on live before. If you want to see one of my old videos, I explain exactly how I set up a first date. But basically you make money from affiliates, or you can identify, all right, here are the guys who are not getting any matches. There's usually something wrong. Either your pictures suck, you're unfit, or you have some mental issues, like self-esteem issues, or some other thing. And you can fix those things. Like, all right, you're overweight, here's a gym membership affiliate link. Oh, you have mindset problems. You're not confident in yourself. You don't know how to carry. Maybe here's some therapy, or here are some mindset courses that you can, and this is how we would make the money from the app. And so it's like even the people who don't find companionship on the men's side, we can still help them and improve them to become the kind of men who they can then find mates. On the women's side, I don't know. I don't care to help women improve themselves. I don't think they care to improve themselves either. So it's like you guys would just be having the option of men coming to you. The dating app market feels so saturated. Yeah, I just think there's fundamental flaws with all of them, is what I would say. Get braids. Women love bald heads. If it works for your face, it does. Well, I'm fortunate enough that it works for me. I like the bald, but hair would also look good. Yeah, that's what I figure. Like, I think I'm fortunate enough that the hair, not having the hair, it fits the image here. I think the beard is necessary to make it work, but if I still had hair, I'd have to maintain it, which is the thing I don't like. All right, let me catch up with comments. This is too many. The one night stand I did the day after I left him didn't help. I told him because I felt guilt and anger. Yeah, that definitely didn't help. He'd be like, that quick? I could see a guy not wanting to, about our issues in bedroom. But if he has all the other rare qualities, I picked the wrong battles. Okay, yeesh. All right, let me catch up here. How do streamers do this? You know, maybe if there was a super chat feature, I could only read the ones. I get why they do super chats now, because it's hard to read everything. Do you rep America? I do. Generally, I mean, I'm not going to rep the government, but I'm going to rep the people. But if he has all the other rare qualities, I picked the wrong battles. Yeah. Congrats. Set me up first, please. If my ex never returns. Yeah, got you. Facebook has open APIs. You got to sign up for it. But I've successfully applied and got it approved for. Well, if you're a developer and you're just doing it for development purposes, yeah, you can do it. But in order to give third party or people access, you have to go through an approval process. But which I've done before. It's not as involved as Google's, which I've done before, YouTube's. But if you guys want to talk software, we can talk software. Bro, I can't even get like 2 weeks off. Even 1 week off is tough. Damn. What do you need for the app? I have to solve the distribution before I even decide to build this thing. Like, I don't have the distribution solved. That should be the first thing you think about when you want to decide to sell something. How are you going to get people to know that your thing exists? And I think like that would be a cool YouTube video. It's just like, all right, here's the process. Here are the problems with dating apps. Talk to people on the streets and be like, all right, how have your experience on dating apps been? Do you use Instagram as a dating app? And so it's just like, okay, so what if we can meet people where they are? They're on Instagram, they're doing this. Now, what if you just added some structure to it and you don't make money directly from the app? And then also you have to think it's not about making money, it's about connecting people. And so, which is the thing, like all these social platforms give us free access to connect with other people. Like here, you are not paying to be here with me, but these dating apps think they can play a role of a middleman and charge you to connect with other people. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and so their entire business model is flawed, is what I would say. And plus, I think structuring this way could help people. Now, yeah, it's a whole thing. I've thought about this a lot. I have so many ideas that I haven't done yet because it's just like there's certain pieces I haven't quite figured out. I don't need anything for the app. I mean, I could build an app, but no one's going to use it, which means that's the problem with the dating app. You have the chicken and the egg problem. If you don't have people on the app, then no one's going to use it. It's a dating app. You need people on the app, which is why I think Instagram would be cool, because I would first probably guys. I think I would have to target guys first, which is different from all the other apps. All the other apps try to get women first. I was like, no, guys, just sign up once, and then if any girls are interested in you, I will let you know. I will DM you, I'll send you a notification, because like the strategy a lot of guys use on these dating apps is they just swipe right on everything and they take the best that they can get from that. Instead, it's like, why waste their time? You're automatically shown eventually to some women, and whatever responses you get back, maybe we'll have to throttle a little bit, but that's how I think it should work. So you just sign up once and you just get notified if you have matches. Women, on the other hand, you guys do the selection. So you guys are the ones who decide who you want to share access to you, who gets access to you. And so that's how you decide it. And then you have to sort of limit choices for women because they get really indecisive. So that's also a problem with these apps. When it makes it so easy to swipe right on dudes all the time, then you're always looking for the next best thing. And so I think you have to limit it on the women's side. And then also discourage or make it very hard for people who are just looking for validation to use the app. So again, this is a problem. A lot of women like to sign up for these dating apps just to see that they're wanted, not actually serious about meeting up, in which case you're just wasting everybody's time. Go on one of these other apps, don't come on mine. And I sort of have to build it, so yeah, whatever. He told me I don't want to give you false hope after breakup, maybe petty answer. He cut me off after that. I respect his honesty here. Had a mental breakdown, I was hinged, but got help. Are you embarrassed of being Eritrean? No, I'm not embarrassed. It's not something I want to rap. I don't understand why people are proud to be Eritrean. For what? Like, why? It's North Korea of Africa. Like, this is not something to be. And then I see like friends and cousins with like the flag on their bio, they have it on the wall. I was just like, why? You haven't been there either. It's just like, it makes no sense. I'm just looking for guidance regarding quitting. I don't know if I can give you enough. I think you understand what you have to do. I think your gut is telling you something, and maybe you should listen to it, is what I would say. Will you regret it? Maybe, maybe not. But it's a decision you make, and if you're a dude, you just gotta accept that. Do you think the majority of women prefer fit guys? I don't think so. Gym rats have a bad rap. No, the guys you see like on Instagram with the fucking swole ass shit, whatever, that's not attracted to women, but that's not the average guy who goes to the gym. Like, the average guy who goes to the gym is probably, he's not, I don't know. I think women have a false impression of what a fit guy looks like. Those guys who are super swole on social media, who are like selling their fitness program, whatever, they're on steroids. Like, they're on steroids. That's not a natural body. To be that muscular with the fucking deltoids that look like basketballs and be lean at the same time, they're using supplements like PEDs. So it's just like, I think women's even impression of what a fit guy is wrong. The average guy is not looking like that. JC, regarding quitting, are you toxic? I'm not sure if that's a question for me. I'm honest, is what I would say. I have done therapy. Obviously, self-awareness and guilt for over a year now shows wanted to be better and worked on it, but I don't want to replace him, and I can't. No one can replace him. He's the bee's knees. That was something I always told him. I think only I enjoy software talk, see something else we have in common. Yeah, I don't know. So is your business model money via affiliate partnerships? Probably, yeah. I think that would make sense. In ways that can help the users. So like affiliates, or could be affiliates, yeah. Affiliate links I think would be the way to make money. And it's not something that could be a big money. It's not a big business. It's not a big business. And I think that's also a problem with these dating apps. They're trying to be like billion-dollar companies. It's like, no, this is not what it is. Like, it's good for a small team. And then they accept like VC money, which kind of ruins it all, but whatever. What are we discussing? Dating apps and building a new one on top of and plus the thing, if I build it on top of Instagram, like they can shut me down anytime they want. Just cut off access to API keys and I'm done. It'd be nice if they like try to acquire me or something and be like, yeah, you can have it. And people are like, why'd you sell? Why'd you sell? It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, it's their shit. But whatever. But we'll get there if we ever get there. But isn't that part of the fun, not knowing? Let's see. Any fragrances that are perfect for a gentleman? I can't give you advice. I wear Old Spice deodorant and that's it. Seems like something you can already do on Insta. Why didn't you just start? I did start. I was looking at some of the API endpoints that were available, and I did figure out the authentication. So Instagram the documentation is pretty clear about not using Instagram as a way to verify users. And so I had to like figure out with like Google and stuff. So there's a lot of small things that are going to be like sort of hurdles to solve. But I did start. I did figure out the whole authentication thing. But it was a while ago. And then I have to figure out like how I'm going to structure the data, like, because it's a many-to-many relationship between people and their matches. And so like, this is all new for me. Like, I'm not an experienced software developer. All I know is I need to build something and I just somehow figure it out. And so that's what I would have to do with this. But obviously I'm putting a lot of effort in table moments and doing some other stuff. So, but I think it would be a cool table moments video if I launched that app. I don't know. I don't care. I think you have a lot of preconceived notions about women. I have a lot of experience with women that have proven my outlook on this. I'm crying again and I feel hopeless about everything. He was the best man that will ever want me. I was so young and had trauma and toxic traits. I met too late. Damn. Any fragrances that's perfect for a gentleman? Look, I can't give you any advice, but according to Kevin Samuels, Molecule 01, Molecule 02, those are the ones. They're expensive. If you just want to use the active ingredient in Molecule 01, it's called ISOE Super. You can get it from Old Oak Supply in like North Carolina or something on Amazon for like $30 a big bottle. It's supposed to be, it's not sort of a fragrance, it's more like a pheromone where it mixes with the oils in your, coming out of your skin and gives you a unique scent. At least that's the idea. I can't confirm that that's actually what happened when I used it, but try that. Wow, the North Korea of Africa, really? Yeah, it's actually described as that. There are plenty of articles describing it that way. It's pretty tough. It's a closed country. They feel some type of way about Western powers, which I get, but it is a pretty closed country. What can I do? I need to fix this. Can't go on knowing I messed up. You just gotta learn to accept it. Sorry. Dating apps will never work. Do it old school. Mutual interest activities or just meeting. I mean, that's a great way to do it, but tell that to introverted people who like spending time alone. That's the struggle with it. Like, there are plenty of girls who all they do is they spend time by themselves, they go to movie theaters by themselves, they go to bookstores by themselves. They don't run into people. They're not club type either. So like the socially extroverted types who find themselves in these sexually charged environments, they're not them. They're not them. And so even introverted men struggle with this because like, what kind of things would they like doing that also overlaps with the kind of things women like them would like doing? And those worlds don't overlap that often. And so it's like mutual interest or just meeting. It's like, okay, I mean, sure, like, but I don't know. Faith coined by Vice to be sensational. I rep the country and our flag. I love our culture, people, and music. I never liked the music. It's all kind of repetitive. But I was thinking, have you ever taken any of the made any instrumentals around that? That'd be interesting. If you do, I'm gonna have to look at your catalog, your SoundCloud again, and see if you've done anything like that. You wouldn't be here without our ancestors. Okay, so was it meant to end this way? Do you believe in getting better after something falls apart? Someone please tell me what I can do to help this. I'm suffering. Nothing helps. I want my boy back. We can't give you anything. We can't give you anything. I'm sorry. I'm out. LMAO. Okay, Old Spice, Old Man Crew. You'd have to figure out a core algorithm and then data mine. Yeah. I haven't even thought about the math of that yet. I was just thinking like how I would the interface and manage the data, but the matching algorithm would, yeah, I don't know. It would be different from a lot of the other dating apps. And I think I would have to start local for me to at least test it out before I can, launch it to a bunch of people. YouTube. I'm talking to people on TikTok, by the way, for those of you on YouTube. And somehow I'm still there, so everything's still working out. All right. Is there a dating for individuals that are attracted to sheep? Asking for a friend. Fortunate. What do you mean sheep? Like people who are sheep or actual sheep? And that's an interesting question. Aren't then also one of the few that were never colonized? No, they were colonized by Italy. So a lot of the words in Tigrinya, which is the most spoken language, I guess outside of English. I don't know if a lot of people there speak English, but like manchina is car in Italian and Tigrinya, or like mastica is gum. It's also things, whatever. So words that, whatever. I don't have to get into etymology and language, but. Let's see. So if it's like North Korea, how do people immigrate? They escape. They escape. That's actually true. Like you can see the stories of people, boats capsizing and shit. Like it's tough. Sometimes they get approval if you have a reason to go, but then also, at least back in the day, it might be different now. It probably is different now, but I don't know. Some of the stories I've heard is like you just gotta like escape, basically, like North Korea. That's Ethiopia. We were colonized by Italy. We helped Ethiopia not get colonized. If dating went your way, how would it go? What do you mean? If dating went my way, Mr. Cale Banks. I don't know. Like, it always goes my way. I'm pretty clear about what I look for, and I'm pretty brutally honest. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but it is what it is. Illegally through Libya, yeah. I don't know. A lot of people have no clue like what East Africa, or at least Eritrea, is like. Do I date men? I don't. Sorry, bro. Rich bad. Should I start up? No, I'm not gonna even say it. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys want to do well on OF, one of the things we learned on the podcast call with Cale, he's OnlyFans Momo. You can see the episode. Feet pictures. That's probably the most popular thing. At least that's what he was saying. You have a YouTube. My teacher lied to me. Yeah, we have a YouTube. We're on YouTube. I look better on YouTube, not gonna lie, but I'm not looking at the camera, which might actually be more attractive if you want something to look at. Yeah, just trying to grow the YouTube now. So we'll see. We'll see if we can make that happen. But I'll continue doing these simulcasts, like YouTube here. We got a nice camera. It looks better on YouTube, but people aren't there, so the conversation's here. My teacher lied to me. I did 2 push-ups today. Damn, I'm getting buff. Good for you, man. Wait till you get to 40. How can introverts meet people to date? I would always suggest dating apps. Here's the thing. We also invited someone. I don't know if she's actually here right now. Yeah, she is. She's on the call. We actually invited Jordan on the podcast, and she was giving advice to women on how to approach guys. And she's like, all you have to do, guys, ladies, you tell me if this is something women would do. But she was explaining like, all right, so ladies, if you see someone who's interesting and you find them attractive, just go up to them and give them a genuine compliment, okay? And just like, without the pressure of like they have to date you or whatever, anything like that. And just like go up to him and say hi and compliment him on something or whatever. And then, just let him know that you really appreciate his existence here, blah, blah, blah. And which it's, yeah. And then I had to explain like, that's decent advice for anybody, but it's something women would never do. And so my advice would be just go on a dating app for ladies, introverts. If you're a dude, you gotta go out. You gotta go out a lot. You need practice if you're a dude. And I'm speaking as someone who was that. All right, so let me not give you advice. Let me just tell you what I've done. Like, you're gonna have to go out on a lot of dates. A lot of the times you're just gonna go out on a date for the practice of it. Because you're not good, speaking off the top of your head, you're not good at being fun and jovial and flirty and all that. You're usually a very deep thinker, so you have to learn how to speak like normies speak. And so you have to learn different conversational strategies. What I use is FORD, F-O-R-D, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. You can talk about any one of those things. People will just talk to you if you ask open-ended questions related to one of those 4 things. And so they'll do most of the talking. As an introvert, that's good for you because you like listening. And then by the end of the day, she'll be really into you, thinking that you're a good conversationalist when really she was doing all the talking. And so these are strategies you could do. But you need the practice, because as an introverted dude, you don't have the practice. That was true for me. And so, yeah, went on a ton of dates, even often just like, I just need the practice. And even whatever. As far as introverted women, dating apps, that's how you're going to meet them. That's what I would say. Mind me asking, how did your parents leave? My dad had to flee the country. I think he went to Sudan, somehow made his way to Sudan, and then went to Saudi Arabia to get some work. And then it was a Christian organization that brought him to the US. As far as my mom, I'm not sure how she got over, but she comes from a wealthier family. So if you have money, you can play games differently. But yeah. What's your YouTube? Oh my God. Are you 40 years old? I'm not 40 years old. I'm 33. YouTube is Table Moments Podcast. Make sure you put podcast in the search box. Because otherwise you're going to get a bunch of WWE wrestling highlights of table moments. They call it a table moment when they throw someone on a table, which I didn't know when we chose the name for this podcast. Women will not do that. Yeah, they won't do that at all. Women will not approach. No. Seems like a genuine compliment would work on either men or women. Yeah, it would. But I know women won't do it. Women are deathly afraid of rejection. Really? I'm not the game. Yeah, women are deathly afraid of rejection. Like, it's tough for you guys. I know nobody likes rejection. Like, but men, we have to harden ourselves to it. Women are so in their heads. Like you can see with AKA, it's is on display. Like how low-key neurotic women can be sometimes, and so that's why, like, they're not incapable of doing it. Bro, my girlfriend's husband found out about us. My girlfriend's husband. Okay. If you can't speak like a normie or can't flirt, that shows low EQ, which would mean you're a dork. Normie. If you can't speak like a normie or can't flirt, that shows low EQ. No. That's no. Introverted people are probably more emotionally aware than extroverted people are, because they're honestly inward looking a lot of the time. They understand their thoughts and feelings and the origin of them. Like extroverted people have no clue why they feel what they feel a lot of the time, because they're usually around people all the time. So you sort of you might have to dumb yourself down a little bit if you do go on dates like that or whatever. You look introverted? Yeah, I am introverted. Women who are okay with being chronically single won't do it. That's technically true. Yeah, that's true in regards to everything. So like a person who's overweight, they're okay with being overweight, even if they say they aren't. A person who has a drinking problem who continues to do it is okay with that problem. Like your life is what it is because you're okay with it being that way. And so you have to get to a point where you're just like, you don't like it anymore. And it's tough because it's work. He's in Hell's Angel and does crank on the regular. He's gonna need to be dealt with. Most Eritrean Muslims were upper class. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I can't tell you if that's true. But normie who is in this chat, definitely not normies. I would say if you're here and you like the vibe of this conversation and how I contradict a lot of the things you believe, then I would say you're not a typical normie. But although we do have people like Faith here. No, she's definitely not normie. She likes the conflict, guys. Her feed is full of people she doesn't like. Is normie something cool kids say? Nah, it's something people who are more aware might use in common parlance, but yeah. Why is bro kind of cute though? I don't know why I'm kind of cute. That's not really the look I'm going for. Extroverts need to learn how to be quiet. Facts. Yo, no, extroverts have a problem when introverted people are quiet. That's crazy, bro. And when you deal with this in the corporate world too, yeah, like extroverts have a problem with quiet people. Like, why don't you speak more? It's like, because I don't speak out loud, or I don't think out loud like you do. But it is what it is. JC, facts. What is that square on your shirt? It's the microphone. It's how you're hearing this sound right now. Ankle monitor on my neck. A neck monitor, is that what you meant? What's up, Brody? What's going on? Nothing much, Dustin. We're talking about how women are incapable of approaching men, which is why it's bad advice to women. The epitome of normie. I hate when people say, why are you so quiet? Like, what response can I use? Silence is the appropriate response for that. Just like, what? Incapable is a big word. I'm an introvert, but I was number one in Missouri for debate. I love when an extrovert starts a problem. You do. We are capable. We make the choice. I think women believe. You make the choice ultimately after things are being presented to you. You're like, okay, I want that. Of course. I just got banned from live. Of course. Yep, at 7:13. Let's see it. Ah, damn. Okay. Just got banned from live. Hey, everyone. Is anyone still here? This is amazing. Is it? Did it stop? Yeah, I just got banned. That's crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know what it was. It says your live access was suspended for violating our community guidelines. I'm not sure what we were talking about that was violating the community guidelines, but now you have all my attention, Joshua. It's just us, I guess. Yeah. This happens every few weeks, every couple weeks or something. I don't know why. It's always something like, I think it's their algorithm that sucks. Or maybe someone reported it, that could be it. But usually they give me a chance to appeal it. But you can go live as a host starting from May 21st. Wait, I don't get it. Let me see if I can rejoin here. But I don't know, that's just the nature of it. Uh-oh, hey. What did you do on TikTok? Nothing. I mean, that's literally how these lives go. I just don't get it. The algorithm sucks. It just detects things. So it is what it is. Let me see if I can like position the computer or whatever. But I hope people, I don't know. We'll see if people even come. But I think it was that girl, AKA, you stopped talking to her. You think so? Ah, that's messed up. Nah, I don't want to assume that's, oh man, that would really suck. That would really suck. In which case now I gotta start banning people? I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. So, let's see if I can join live again though. Let's see if it says I'm still starting, you can go live starting May 21st at 8:47. Oh, so I gotta wait 7 minutes? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I think it was the girl. Does it tell you what you did? It just says I violated the community guideline. That's all it does. It doesn't give me much detail, which sucks. It does look, yeah, way better on YouTube. Way better. We got a nice camera now, so yeah. Well, she was the problem in her own relationships. Joshua, who were you on TikTok? Yeah. Oh, you were JC? She's insane, come on. I mean, she's just heartbroken. That's all it is. She's just heartbroken. It's fine. All right, let me see if I can get the lighting set up here. You know, maybe I should do like, take the Monday night slot that Kevin Samuels had for a bit and just like, and I think I need like a teleprompter so that I could put it in front of the camera here and so I can stare at the camera and read your comments at the same time. But right now I just gotta look down. she was insane. Don't worry, I'm only crazy on TikTok. On here, I'll be the perfect gentleman. Nah, I invite the crazy. The crazy is interesting. The crazy is the good stuff. I don't like the boring stuff. That's my problem here. And so it is what it is. Dude. That single white, was she white? I don't know if she was actually white. That's the thing, like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of information to usually keep track of with all the people who are leaving comments at the same time. It's like, it's hard to keep up with. And I know I still suck with it or whatever, but yeah. What were we even talking about? Because usually the algorithm, I think sometimes people bring up topics. Usually early in the lives when people are jumping in, they usually bring up some topic that, or put some word in there that makes me say something that would trigger the algorithm. But I don't know, like this time I don't think we were talking about anything specifically. Dude, that single white female, no, I think Asian, but she has crazy tendencies. Yeah, but she's also young. So you gotta remember, Faith, when you were young, would you say you were crazier than you are now? Well, I mean, you're pretty crazy now, but like, oh. Yeah, so I'll be able to join in about 5 minutes. According to this, literally it says you can go live starting from May 21st, 2023, which is today's date, at 8:47. Literally in 5 minutes. And then I'm like, what? Maybe TikTok, just because it's such a short ban, that they're like, you know what, we're not going to even give you a chance to appeal this, because by the time it goes through the appeal process, your time would have been up. So maybe they're starting to do something different now. Probably. Oh, that could be it. It could be the OnlyFans talk. Yeah, that could be it. I was not a stalker. I wasn't calling my ex's mom. She was. No. So she was in a relationship with this guy, and she got a chance to get close with this guy's family, and so she ended up developing a pretty decent relationship with his mom. And so now that they've broken up, and I think the thing that really might have fucked her the most is sleeping with a guy after their breakup. That was pretty bad. The jealousy probably doesn't help either, but it is what it is. A 10-minute ban, yeah. Like all the damn time. Use your engineering degree and fix it. There's not much I can fix, man. Eventually, I'm on YouTube now. This is new, bro. Josh, this is new. So there's not much more I could do. Eventually, so here's the thing. I'm realizing all these problems with social media. I'm realizing like people who like to talk about certain things or be a little edgy or controversial or whatever have a harder time on social media. They get shadow banned. They get bans like this because you bring up certain things or whatever. And so I'm thinking like, can I build the software tools that can help people, one, monetize, because it's hard to do all this work, make content for people without at least some sort of monetary compensation. So if I could figure that out, and then two, figure out if there's some safety aspect, some way we can help people connect with, because it's like these platforms don't have a right to disconnect people from each other, especially when they relied on people connecting people as a way to grow their company. So it's this weird thing that I don't like it. I don't like it. That doesn't mess her up telling him messed it up. Yeah, but like, why wouldn't she be honest about it? Like, yeah, that's a lot of guys would have a problem with that. If just like, all right, we broke up and you just fucked some other guy like immediately. Why the hell? How could I ever take what we had seriously if that's as something? I think women would feel the same way too. It's like, wait, so we just broke up and you just slept with some other girl like that? Like, not even a day? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I think it would be, and it's like, why wouldn't you be honest with someone that you want to be in a relationship with, you know? So that's the best part. The best way to get over a guy is to get under another one. Were you in the live when I said the exact same thing? I got banned because I love to talk about politics. Oh, could it have been you, Joshua? Like, you could do it all here if you want. See, the problem with like streaming on multiple platforms is that I'm not going to be able to see both unless I like funnel it through StreamYard or something like that. But I mean, yeah, hear me out. Honesty is overrated and dangerous. No, I completely disagree with you. It is dangerous in the sense that people generally don't want to hear it, but it's been my policy since for a long time now. I was Faith, it's true. You don't tell people stuff that's going to hurt them when they legit won't know. No, here's the thing, like there are certain things like people don't want to know. And if that's the case, then they shouldn't ask the question in the first place. But if they're asking the question and they want to know, and they're supposedly someone you're in love with that you're supposed to build a life with, and yeah, I feel like they gotta know. Like, here's the thing, one of my personal beliefs is the truth will always come out. It doesn't matter, it could be an hour from now, a day from now, a month from now, a week from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, the truth will come out. And so it's just like, get it out of the way. And I think this is true for good and bad things. So like, if there's something that if like you're working on something and you have something good happen in your life and the people you grew up with don't know about it, eventually they'll know about it. So it's like, there's no reason you need to share what the good things that are happening in your life, because people will eventually know about it. This is also true for the negative parts. So I'm just like, if it's gonna happen and these are bad things that they probably should know, you might as well just tell them on your terms, you know? Honesty is the only way to build a stable foundation. That's utopian. It's not utopian. Well, I mean, that's just how I carry my life. And here's the thing, by being honest with everyone around me, regardless of the content, it's given me a more peaceful life. Because the people who can tolerate the honesty, and even people on live and stuff, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I don't see the point in it, because then I would just be attracting people who I can't be honest with. And so, like, by being honest, I have certain type of people in my life who can handle the honesty. And for those who can't, I don't care to be around them. And so it's like sort of a filter on life for the people who are in it. And I'm very extreme in that position, I would admit. But I think it's a more peaceful and less mentally taxing life, because I don't have to remember what I told certain people, what lies I said, or what things I didn't tell them and have them slip up or anything. So, just one of those things. Honesty is also a social construct. That's true. That's true. It's like, biologically speaking, there's no reason to tell the truth. Like, from a utilitarian point of view, there's no reason to be telling the truth. You can't justify it that way, which I agree. I'm not saying not to be honest, that's crazy, but every little thing doesn't need to be shared. Fair enough. I mean, like, yeah, like, do you need to give information that people aren't asking for? I don't think so. Like, in the context of advice, like, I'm not going to give advice to, maybe when I was younger I did, but now I'm not going to give advice to people unless they ask for it. So it's like, yeah, there is a duty to ask for things. Now, there's a little gray area here, because it's like, well, technically you didn't ask to know, so I didn't tell you, even though this is probably something they would want to know. So I've actually had this conversation with, like, friends and my brother and stuff like that. Like, if I found out your wife or your girlfriend was cheating on you, would you want to know? And so I have those understandings now. Now, if I haven't talked to anyone who said they don't want to know, but if they don't want to know, then I have to respect their wishes, because, yeah. If I had a night in Vegas, there's no reason to share that if not asked. Infidelity. Well, I mean, if you had a night in Vegas and they ask, that means they're like, what did you do in Vegas? And do you tell them, like, oh yeah, I slept with somebody? Like, or do you like, oh, you didn't ask if I slept somebody? I think that's easy for people to, like, just justify lying to people if you use it that way, but it is what it is. Let's see if I can join back here, and let's see, live. Yeah, I can go live. What the fuck? This is crazy. All right, I'm back on TikTok too again, but I prefer YouTube. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the YouTube stream? I'm not looking at the camera though, so until I get a teleprompter, that's not going to work out. But I don't know. I think the video looks better, and this is shitty lighting too. This is just a LED array with a plastic bag over it. I could definitely upgrade that, and I can get a shorter lens, so I'm not so much in your face like this a lot, But it is a pretty crispy. And then I also thought, like, it would be interesting to have some pretty cool backgrounds for this, because I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I'm on TikTok now. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm not banned anymore. 10-minute ban? Are you crazy? But I've been talking with JC and Faith on YouTube. See, that's the thing. Maybe I should always have a backup stream, just in case I get whatever. It's crazy. But I do look better on YouTube, not gonna lie. I look way better on YouTube. If you guys are giving me invites on this space, I look better on YouTube. In marriage, I'm not talking about in marriage, I'm talking about AKA situation. Oh, okay. So right now we're talking about honesty. And, like, I have a rule about being honest all the time, but me and Faith are having this discussion about, like, maybe something shouldn't be said, but I don't know. Like, I think this is where we have some sort of disagreement. In a marriage and a relationship, honesty is a must. Okay, but telling a guy you weren't in a current relationship with, you had a one-night stand is an overshare. I don't know. If you guys break up and then literally the next day, you sleeping with somebody else. I get, technically speaking, she didn't do anything wrong, but I mean, you can even if it were you, regardless of gender, you would feel some type of way, right? Like if someone sleeps with somebody the day after they broke up with you, like that, or you break up with somebody and they sleep with somebody else automatically, like the next day, that I don't know. How do you guys feel? Like technically speaking, she didn't. I don't know. It's one of those things. We're on YouTube, by the way. If you guys want to see me in high def, that's where I am. Maybe YouTube could be like the special inner club. So all you regulars who come every Sunday, you guys can be on YouTube, and then you guys would have priority, or something. I don't know how I'm gonna work that out. I'm not talking in marriage, but telling a guy you weren't in. Okay, I like YouTube. Yeah, I like YouTube too. It's a better platform for sure, and it's horizontal, so you can whatever. She's not on YouTube, so it's better. Oh, that's messed up. That's none of his business. I would never ask. We were on a break. Ugh, God. What about? All right, but here's the thing. Like women, this is like a common. I don't know how common this is in like rom-coms and bullshit like that. It's like, oh, we were on a break, or Eat, Pray, Love bullshit, where it's like she breaks up with the guy, has fun, and then comes back. It's like, oh, now I appreciate our things. It's like, get out of here. Like, no, that shit ain't working. Hell no. Like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy what women can get away with. It's crazy. Hi, human. What's something you wish more people knew? The truth is what I wish more people knew. That was pre-planning. One day, a girl offered me a drink. I did not know how to react. I ran for my life. Yo, when people give me free drinks, like I was at this pizza place once, I got a free drink, like a free beverage or whatever. I was like, holy shit, why? It was a special day. Apparently this is something that happens with women all the time though. Guys do it all the time. Yeah, I don't condone it when guys do it either. Guys should not be breaking up with a girl, sleep around, and then get back with her and just like, all right, it's whatever. A break is a break. That's completely agreed upon. It's not agreed upon. Breakups are usually one or the other person. It's not agreed upon. Like maybe the rules of your relationship is like, the rules of a typical relationship is, yeah, if you guys are not together, you're not gonna sleep around. But like, if you're gonna use, I don't know, just like, it seems kind of, yeah, I disagree with you guys on this one for sure. Because I know like, you're just like, oh, technically, it's like, all right, but people feel how they feel. So what are they gonna do, you know? It's not cool for an excuse after a breakup. Yeah, it's not. Like, literally the next day you sleep with somebody else. Like, I don't know, man. Kind of can't wrap my brain around. Oh my God, hey, I have a lazy eye. Oh, sorry to hear that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This seems a little dismissive of the emotions involved in all this, which is crazy that I'm the one saying it. Shouldn't it be you guys? Shouldn't it be you guys? Like, man, nice glasses, looks good on you. So anyway, foreskin reveal. What? That's interesting. Sarah Bergstrom. Any relation to the Bergstrom of the Bergstrom Airport? Good evening, maybe. How's it going? Right now we're talking about relationships, and if someone breaks up with you and you sleep with somebody literally the next day, but you want to be with that person get back with that person, you gonna be cool with that? Let's say see yourself in both positions, okay? If you're the person who was broken up with, and then you go sleep around with someone as a sort of emotional whatever, who, like we're talking about AKA's experience, she was here. I don't know if she's still back, but yeah. Or if you're the person who did the breaking up and then automatically, I think it's worse if women do it because it's just like, it just falls on your lap, ladies. So it's just like, it's so easy for you guys to get it. As for guys, it's like, after being in a relationship, guys got to relearn how to get girls again. Like, it's not, most guys aren't naturals. Most guys have practice. You got to work your way into it. Unless he's breaking up with, or he's breaking up with you for another person, in which case that's more like how women behave. But facts, it's okay, you're wrong. No, you're all wrong. And I don't mind telling you all that. What, Sarah, did you really say that? Not in my Christian household. No, it's not okay. Yeah, that's what I would think. But I can't believe I'm the one who has to say it. Like, is it, you know, Salam, bro, how can I work on my interview behavioral skills? Interview them the way you expect them to interview you. You should have questions prepared. You should be screening them. This is also true for dating. So you should be screening them and see if you're a good fit. And if you guys aren't a good fit, you are not accepting the job. That should be the mindset. And they'll want you more. Both people are going to feel bad from it. Yeah, and it turns out that the person that where this situation actually happened to, she feels bad. He's probably felt bad because she did that thing, and she was the one broken up with and all that. And there's no recovery after that. You kind of like ruined whatever possibility of it reconciling back together. That's gone. Like, no, it's hard. It's hard for guys to look the other way when it comes to those kind of things. I think perhaps women, for you guys, it's different, but for guys, nah, it's one of those just like, ugh, nah, you know. Let's see. I'm so dedicated to transparency. Rebound, sleeping around just doesn't work. Yeah, I'm on the honest train too. Do you have a good tool, bro, to for that mindset stuff? I can't think of anything right now, but you could probably Google it. What age did you start losing your hair? I was 23. Why does it matter? What are your rules for dating? Like, until you're in a relationship, yeah, you are seeing other people sometimes. Which, as a guy, you can't do the one girl at a time thing. You can't, because it's like it's you. Things don't work out. She's not feeling you. All it takes is one little thing to mess it up. Whatever. Let me catch up with comments here. Being cool with it doesn't matter. You weren't in a relationship. I know you're being too logical about this, Faith. You're being way too logical. There are emotions involved. Quality, not quantity. There are way more to that AKA story. I'm sure it was more than that. I'm sure there was more to that too. I'm sure his mom really bashed her too. I don't know. Like, women have a hard time criticizing other women's behavior unless it's personal, which maybe for a mom it is personal, but I don't know. It blows my mind how women are really ready to excuse other women for shitty behavior. Men are willing to excuse women for shitty behavior too. You know what? No. Let me just make it more general. Y'all are ready to excuse shitty behavior from a lot of people who shouldn't. And so, regardless of gender, like whatever. My rules for dating are, I said that already. They've been cheating if moving that fast after a breakup. Possibly, I guess. Or maybe it's like an emotional coping kind of thing. Ladies, if you found everything you want in a man, but he's 5'3", would you still want him? The answer would be no. Vegan villain. The answer would be no. Nah, good tool to help with behavioral interview. No, I don't know any. Why does anything matter? I'm not sure what you mean. When you rebound, you think it will be satisfying. It's not, because they are not who you actually want. Yeah, and she was describing, AKA was exactly describing that. She's like, she's not as good as whatever. It's just like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Why can't a man do the one girl at a time thing? Okay, so because women are the ones making the selection. So when you're in the dating process, all it takes is like one little thing for her to not be interested in you anymore. So it's a matter of like not fucking up the sale, right? And so like this is related to sales, where it's like once you close, shut the fuck up. Because anything you say can fuck it up for you. And so like when you date a girl, you notice that. When you've dated enough women, you notice like, oh yeah, it didn't work out because she felt some type of way about this one thing she discovered about you. Which is why it's always nice to have mystery. But because that's always a thing that can happen, if you're dating one girl at a time, this is initial. Like, I'm not talking about like even months. I mean, until you're in a relationship, whatever, like you decide how you want to run that. But am I defending toxic male traits? No, I'm explaining the situation for how a man can win in the dating game. Like, this is what it takes. So if you're doing one girl at a time, then you're starting all over. It's like, as soon as she dismisses you, disqualifies you for her, because it's a numbers game. And that's what women don't understand. For you, you get the things coming to you. If you're the guy who has to do the selling, like talk to people who are actually in sales. They'll tell you this is what it's like. You got to put numbers on the board. You got to be calling all the time. You got to be sending cold emails all the time, because most people won't fuck with you. That's just the nature of it. And so these dating apps act as a sort of filter, but that's the nature of it. And so like you go out on these dates, and yeah, so you should be like, yeah, no. So the strategy should be, it's like, yeah, you are talking to multiple women until you get to a point where there's one girl who, and it goes further and further, and then maybe you want to get into a relationship with her, and then once you're in a relationship, it's commitment, whatever, and you handle that the way people always handle it. Let me catch up with here. Are you defending? You don't have to read this. I'm sure AKA's exes realized they were semi-normal people out there. But I don't hear love. I hear math, numbers. This you replace love for choice. I'm with JC. Sales is an analogy for love, but it falls. Love is love, not a numbers game, not a sales game. There is no strategy. Yeah, that's completely wrong. And it's completely wrong, Joshua. Like, as a dude, you got to put numbers up. Not even actually banging. It's like meeting people. That's how many, like, I think Alex Hormozi had one of these clips. She's like, people underestimate the volume it takes to get what you want. Like, if you were told you got to meet 500 people before you find the person that you're meant to be with, would you do it? Would you do it? And for a lot of people, they're like, all right, one date every few months is not going to cut it for a guy, because women, you're getting it coming to you. For guys, it's not going to just fall on your lap. You got to go get it. So that's why it's like you have to have a different strategy if you're a dude. Just giving you the other perspective, ladies. I know you guys don't get it, but that's just how it is. It's a numbers game for guys. It's always been. And yeah, do you know, like, I'm not saying you even have to like sleep with these women. No, they're not even worthy of sleeping with. That's most of y'all women ain't shit. It's sorry, like most men ain't shit. It is what it is. And so it's just like, you got to go through, or you're just a bad match, or she got psychological issues, or you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Like, I've been on some weird dates, not gonna lie. Women fear criticizing each other for sure. Okay, bro, appreciate it. You little bro in Islam, salam. It blows my mind that girls or guys can sleep around. Yeah. Will you date a guy? No. Can a woman do multiple men at a time? If you want to, like, that's up to you, but I don't know a lot of women who can do that without like feeling some type of way about it. Not everyone cares about height. In your 20s, you care more about the physical. When I break up with a man, I need a break. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so would you say you're bisexual then? Okay. Are you Muslim, brother? I'm not Muslim. Some people don't date anymore, just want to jump in a relationship. Yeah, that's true. Which is, I mean, if it's like faith-based, I can get it. No, it doesn't even make any sense either. Because if it's like faith-based, you would just get married, right? So, let me catch up with these comments, then I'll get on YouTube. Some people, okay. You talking tough. Hi, Debbie. You talk too much. That's the nature of this, man. It's a podcast. How dare you talk? Shut up. I disagree as a gay man who has his shit together. Oh, okay. Serve your masters. It's hard to understand the viewpoints from the other side for both men and women. Yeah, it is hard for people to put themselves. Here's the thing. I understand where women are coming from a lot of the time, and which is why, but I'll never know because I'll never know it intimately because I've never been in it. There's so many things about the female experience that men will never understand because we've never lived life that way. Let's see here. The girl that I fell in love with was the first girl I met in college, and I've loved her every single day of my life. Are you still with her? See, it happens. I couldn't imagine not having her in my life. Her laugh, the way she walks through the room, the way she makes jokes, the way she doesn't think she's good at math. I love everything. That's so sweet. How long has it been? You're making it more complicated than it needs to be. All you need to do is wait and be yourself. That's advice for women, bro. That's not advice for men. Like, if I was myself the way I was when I was in my 20s, my early 20s, I wouldn't get girls. Like, what? No, that's not good advice. That's not good advice for men. Because men typically, unless you had things figured out in your early teens, which most guys don't, like, and why can't you be better than who you are? That's the thing. I would say I'm much better now than I was in my early 20s. In my early 20s, I could not be doing a live stream right now. I could not be having conversations with strangers on 2 platforms. Like, I have a podcast, meet strangers on the street. Like I could not have done that. I, like, myself, was a severe introvert. The right person will see you and love you. No competition, no judgment, just love and acceptance. I think the latter half of that makes sense if you're honest and truthful about who you are, which leads us to the discussion we had earlier. 7 years. It's good for you. But also, maybe be careful. If you know, you know. The only person I've ever been with, the only woman I ever wanted to be with. Here's the thing, I'm with you, bro. Like, if you can find that one, like, great. Like, but that does not happen for most people. I agree, married 12 years, I'm a man, I met a girl my own age, it literally happened. You just want to be worshipped. She's your partner and your partnership is more than love. The only reason you couldn't have it is because it wasn't so advanced. Okay. All right, let's see here. I want to know how to excrete bigger wads. Okay, whatever. True, our need for intimacy are different. It may fall in our lap, but we don't all want that. How did you get out of being an introvert? Hobbies? No, exposure. You just gotta, like, go and be, like, it was a long process, years of just pushing. It wasn't, most of the progress happened when I moved to New York. I was born and raised in California. Then I moved to New York and I was separated from everyone and everything I knew. It's one of those things I think men should consider doing, young men should consider doing, is like just going out there and living life independent from everybody you know with no safety nets. And you toughen up real fast. And that's what happened to me. And so, like, even getting a job was difficult because I was terrible on phone calls and shit. Like, it's crazy. And now, like, I would say I'm a pretty decent podcast host, I would say. And being able to riff with people and strangers on the street with questions and just, like, being fun with them, that is a learned skill. That is a learned skill. Are you Muslim, bro? I'm not Muslim. I grew up Muslim, but I wasn't. I don't practice anymore. Norwalk, California. Hey. She's your partner and partnership is more than love. The only reason you couldn't have, he's never going to keep up with 2 comment sections. I know, like, I don't know why I'm gonna be able to do this. See how good NYC is, so good for people. No, I didn't move to New York City. I moved to upstate New York. Okay, I moved to upstate New York. All right, if you guys really like this live, like, I would prefer if you guys go to YouTube. The video is better. And I don't know, the algorithm here is a little finicky sometimes and they catch me slipping. And so, like, we already got 2 people here. It'd be nice if YouTube becomes a regular thing. And I can't believe, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. Like, it'd be cool if I could give you guys a link, but if you go to YouTube and type Table Moments Podcast, that's where we are right now. And the video's better there. Are you Tigray? I think I am. Technically. Damn, bro, I'm sad you're not Muslim. Why? You're a good person? I mean, can you only be a good person if you're Muslim? I don't know. Like, I've been into Christianity a lot lately, so it's technically of the book. So maybe that's something that can still work, you know? Type a message to tell people on TikTok to go to YouTube. Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. Let's see. And the cool thing about here is, like, I can actually type things like, hello, haters with exclamation points, obviously. And see, like I can actually interact with you and type things. So like if you guys ask me questions, you're like, hey, what's the source of that thing? What's that book title you mentioned? I can actually type it out and you guys can see that. So let's see. He's not a good person. I agree. Yeah, I'm an asshole. I tell people all the time, they never believe me. I'm like, yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm too truthful for people. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Smooth. Crunchy gets stuck in your teeth. Although crunchy might be good in like cookies or something. Do you come from a mixed faith family? No, I come from a Muslim family. I will be the first to be outside of that if I continue on this journey through Christianity and stuff. So, but we love a self-aware king. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Let's go. Easy to talk, good vibes. All right. Sheesh, you're handsome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it for a dark-skinned boy. Thanks. Let's see. Who got you into Christianity? It's something I've been exposed to over the years in different mediums. Just some of the podcasts I listen to are by people of faith, but not a faith-based podcast. But it's just something, just been a reoccurring thing. And lately I've been sharing that with somebody who been reading a lot of Bible verses actually, which has been interesting. But he's in the chat. We believe you. Yeah. So if you guys are on here, please go on YouTube. I don't know how to tell if there are people here. I'm completely new with YouTube, completely new. Current viewers, let's see. Yeah, this is interesting. So Christianity spiritually. No, I want it, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take it more seriously. So like, I'm in the process of figuring it out. That the girlfriend is into, she's always been Christian, so, but it's not because of her, which I think people will assume it's because of her, but it's something I've been flirting with for a long time now. So it is what it is. Do I have any insecurities? I don't know. I don't know if I have any. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if I have any insecurities that I can think of right now. Maybe there might be some deeper ones that maybe I'm just not aware of, you know? So that could be it. But I don't know. I can't give you. Do you have any insecurities, Jam? Or Cheryl? Is that what your name was? Yeah, the timing is interesting. I mean, a lot of things are interesting with this situationship for sure. A lot of things. Like a lot of things had to go right or go in a certain way for us to even be where we are right now. Which, I mean, it's the stuff of a rom-com. I swear to God, it is. In which case I'm like, oh damn, maybe there are higher forces playing in this whole thing, you know? And then when you start seeing these things, it's just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't ignore these signals. You know, I think that's what it is. So it's more than interesting. Who is Jim? I'm not sure. Oh, Jam. Jamaican. I put Jam. Do you remember Cheryl though? Yeah, I know. I'm normally terrible with names. Normally very terrible with names. All right, could you guys do me a favor and hit the screen a few times? I want to see if the likes actually influence the number of people who come on. Yeah, Jam is what I meant to say. Women aren't into that title, situationship. Yeah, I know. I've had those conversations with her, but I don't know how to describe it. Just not available. Is that? I think that's the term we agreed to, but that wouldn't have made sense in the context of your question. So I use it, but I know women don't like it. Women don't like the word situationship. Oh man. It's like they're very particular about certain labels, you know, even though what really matters is that we're involved. That's what really matters. But labels also matter too, I guess. It's weird. Smash the like button. Oh man, that's interesting. So yeah, guys, come to my party. All right, sounds like spam, bro, but whatever. This has been an interesting live for sure. A 10-minute ban. I'm on YouTube too. Trying to read 2 chat sections. It's the evil laugh for me. Yeah. So what's the issue with the girlfriend boyfriend label? Yeah, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit for what we have right now, which is why I wouldn't. It doesn't make sense for what we have right now, which is why I wouldn't use that. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna just throw out labels just because it makes more sense, or at least it's more comfortable to use. Let's see. I'm trying to frame myself right in this thing, but maybe move a little further away. Let's see here. Let's see. It's the evil laugh. No one showed up on my birthday. I'm sorry. Foolery. Where? I'm not sure what you're referencing, Tommy, but at Malibu. That's a pretty cool place to have my Tigray. How can you guys tell which tribe I hail from? Huh? That's interesting. But I think I am Tigray. For those of you who aren't familiar with what that is, that's a tribe in Eritrea that I think my family's origin comes from, or whatever. What do you consider a girlfriend? A monogamous relationship with a woman. And I don't do long distance. I mean, a lot of people will get into relationships long distance, and I don't believe in those. I don't believe in long-term relationships, especially when they go on for, like, even with what's her name, AKA. Like, part of the problem with their relationship was that it was long distance. Did I say long term or long distance? I meant to say long distance. Long distance relationships are tough. So it's kind of stupid to commit yourself to someone who isn't even in the same zip code as you, or in the same state as you. I think that's crazy. It's crazy. It's just like, oh, there it is. It's the distance. Yeah. It's like you can't make anything. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. So, okay. We've been on here for 2 hours and 12 minutes, technically. Well, on live, got kicked off. Who in the same state? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, no. I don't know if Tommy's serious about people not showing up to his birthday, but if that's true, then, I mean, like, you're a dude, do you guys really care about birthdays like that? I stopped caring about my birthday when I was 14. Like, yeah, I don't celebrate my birthday. Like, what did I do? January? I don't even remember what I did for my birthday this year. I was alone. Yeah, I was alone. Like, I did get a present from somebody, which meant a lot to me, but did you celebrate it as a kid? I mean, yeah, my parents celebrated it, whatever, but after, like, my early teens, I was just like, whatever. And I probably get it from my dad, and it's not really a thing technically Muslims do, but I know some Muslims do it. But, like, my birthday, since I was 14, just like, nah, I don't really do anything. I don't celebrate myself, and I just gotten used to that. It can work. I did it. I had to. I guess it can technically work, but, like, so you were in a committed monogamous relationships with no trips to Vegas or anything like that, Faith? Huh? From a distance? And how long was that distance? How long were you guys apart? If it's a short term, 3 months, 6 months, you can make it work. If it's longer than that, it's just like, all right. I don't know. Let's see. I never celebrate mines. Yeah, I don't know. understand the whole birthday celebration thing. How did you find your faith? It's just something that's been a reoccurring thing in my life. And I wouldn't say I'm there yet either. I wouldn't say I am faithful, but definitely leaning in that direction. And last week we had this guy, Pyro was his username, and he was like a 16-year-old kid, but he was schooling us on Christianity and stuff. And he was like, dude, you've been called by Christ. That's what this is. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then the next day, I ended up waking up and felt like praying. It's never happened to me before. And I did. I was just like, whoa, I don't know what's happening to me, but it's just happening. So when you talk about how'd you find your faith, I think I'm finding it right now. Am I a school teacher? No, I'm not a teacher. Do I look like a school teacher? Oh, I need a ruler to just like, you know. Yes, we were long distance for about a year. We started long distance? Wait, so did you guys meet like through, you said you met through the NBA All-Star game. That's what you said. Oh, and he was probably, if he was still playing football, then he was probably traveling. Okay, all right. I don't know. Hello from Albania. Hello. Are you born in the US? Yeah, I am. I can technically be president if I want to, but I am too disagreeable to be president. I don't care what people think, and that's a problem, which is why I'll never be a politician, because I would never be successful at it. But yeah, for those of you who are new, we're talking about birthdays, we're talking about relationships, long distance relationships, and we're talking about Christianity, or at least just faith in general. So this is interesting. You know what's crazy? Like, are you a computer tech? I would say I'm an influencer. No, I'm joking. I would say I'm more like an entrepreneur thing. I'm working on software and social media, in the social media space, which is why I know so much about the social media APIs and stuff, because I've gotten a chance to work with them and I've built a few things with them, using them, but still trying to figure out product market fit here. Funny you think he was a big cheater. Doubt it. No, I mean, he's probably a cool dude. It's just the environment that you're in. I don't know if it's true for the NFL, but NBA for sure. You have honeys waiting down in the hotel lobby looking to snag one of those NBA players as a bag. That's what happens. And so it's like when you're with that kind of temptation all the time, and you're just a dude and you're in a new city, and maybe it's like Indiana or something, so there's not even anything fun to do, and it's just like, do a lot of men have the self-control to, if you're in a relationship, I wouldn't say that, but like, I mean, you hear the stories, so it is what it is. So I wouldn't say he's a cheater, but I mean, the environment does not promote monogamy, is what I would say. NFL's a bit quieter, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's way more of the team, so you don't have to worry about, like, there's plenty of dudes these women can go after. But if you're an NBA player, then like you're one of 15, you know, plus staff. It's like the environment's kind of tough to expect guys to be like, you know. How's my sound on YouTube, by the way, Faith? I don't have a microphone. It's just my MacBook's microphone, but yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Doing 2 live streams at the same time, maybe adding Twitch on here too, so we can get some of those nerds, some interesting conversations. Hey, beautifully Bree, how's it going? How's it going? Is there anything you guys have on your minds? I wrote some topics down. Let's see. We have the AI white voice. I made a video, I posted it on this account explaining like, why does everything sound more legitimate when spoken by a white guy? And I use this AI voice, 11 Labs. You can basically type some stuff out. And you might have seen them on TikTok here, where it's becoming a trend. Like, so I thought it was a funny video about it. We also got like content vacuum. So the writer's strike for like Hollywood and stuff could be an opportunity for a lot of content creators to really build an audience without the competition of Netflix and all these streaming platforms, because there's not going to be anything new to watch for some period of time once the new releases are expanded or exhausted. So that's a possibility. We also, Honest Fitness, so there's a lot of people who are lying about their fitness on Instagram and the things that they're sharing there. Then we could talk about street interviews and how people are like on the street. I noticed now that we have a nice camera here on YouTube, by the way. I hate that I have to remind you guys, but I know there's always new people coming in. But if you want to see my face in higher definition with like a lens and there's nothing interesting to look at behind me, but eventually I'm gonna get a pretty cool. I have some ideas for backgrounds, but once you have nice equipment, people are like, oh, you YouTubers, and they want to get in on it. And so it's like, last few times we were doing street interviews, we just had a GoPro and the lighting sucked and everything. But now, it's the video quality is insane. I just got to figure out the audio. Everything sounds legit with an English accent. The writer's strike is wild. Yeah, like I don't think people remember. I remember the last time there was a writer's strike. It lasted for a few months, I think, if I remember correctly. And basically, it was a few months after that where there was going to be a gap of content because nothing was made, nothing was produced. And so, like all the shows that were slated to release up till then were released, and then there's a window of like no content. And so, like they ended up doing. I think I saw a clip on TikTok how they explained this was the birth of reality TV, where these people, the content providers, needed to share something with people. People still will have this need to watch things. And so what they did was create this new genre of cheap and easily produced content, reality TV. And that's how the birth of all that. And so people should be preparing for a period of time where this writer's strike of no content having been made will happen in the future. And so like, don't expect any new Netflix shows, or maybe that season of that one thing that you were supposed to watch that was supposed to come out isn't gonna come out at the time it said it was gonna come out. This is sort of like what happened during COVID, except now it's by choice instead of by circumstance. That's when we got all that reality TV and game shows, yeah, that's where they all came. And so expect that. And there's a guy on TikTok who was explaining like the writer's strike. He's a writer too for Hollywood shows and stuff like that. But I think what he was explaining was this is probably gonna be a strike for the Actors Guild too. So if that's the case, then it could extend further. And if that's the case, then expect no more content, or at least a gap of content in the near future. So, that's interesting. Hey, Fly Nerd. Nice to see you here again. I'm starting to recognize usernames. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I wish, let's see, can I tell people, how do I leave? I think I just gotta, how do I leave like I would like to put a link there that says go to YouTube, because it's better on YouTube. Everything's better on YouTube. Like vertical video is cool, but like I think it'd be cooler on YouTube because we do a lot more interesting things there. TikTok is kind of a limiting platform, I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is. And I gotta make sure I don't put my hand in front of the lens. And I gotta make sure I'm looking into the lens instead of to the viewfinder that's on the side. Can you even tell the difference when I'm looking versus there? Can you tell? I don't know. Put you in here. All right. So, and then call outs. All right. So one thing I've noticed about TikTok and social media is that people seem to really resonate with the posts that I make where I I take a clip that had gone viral, but then reassess it in an interesting perspective to give you the other side of the story. So like the last video that I've done that's like this was about a car in a bike lane, and then I gave the perspective of the cyclist who was like complaining like get out of the lane, and it turned into this conflict or whatever between the driver and the cyclist. And so I give my whatever. So I usually get those from Reddit. I find videos like that. Usually a good place is TikTok cringe. And I sorted by oldest to newest one time, and I saw like all these people who were like making making comments about the whole how do I say it without like triggering the algorithm here, but like the jabs for the whole pandemic thing. And they were like mocking people or whatever, and it's just like all the things that they were making jokes about now isn't true anymore. They're like, oh, it's safe, oh, it's effective, oh, you're keeping us locked up, and then it turns out like, oh, it's not safe for certain groups of people, it's not as effective as people were saying, you know. And it turns out the lockdowns didn't even need to happen, and so it's just like, eesh, they don't age well. And so what I was thinking was like doing a supercut of all those old videos, just to call them by name, call them out and be like, yeah, this is what you guys said. This is what you guys said at the time, and you were all wrong, you know? You're fine, I can't tell. Okay, I think that's in reference to the microphone, or the hand. I think that's what she's referring to. Okay. But yeah, eventually I want to get a shorter lens so that I'm not so much in your faces. But yeah, it'd be cool to like actually stream with people and have a conversation like this on multiple platforms. Am I married? No. Pretty close to it though. Pretty close to it. Oh yeah, I've been looking at rings. You guys want? I don't even know if I want to share this, but I did a bit of research into engagement rings and stuff. And it's not going to be a surprise or anything. I've been having the conversations with her faith, so don't even like whatever. But like, yeah, there's a few things like rose gold. Figured out what the composition of that is, diamonds and all that, and sources of whatever. But I'm not married, but soon to be, hopefully, if it all works out. If you guys have any questions about engagement rings, I can tell you what I've learned so far. Yeah, we've had those conversations, Faith. Sorry to not keep you guys filled in. I was just about to say I would like to be your wife, but congrats, I guess. Oh, yeah. If you slow, you blow, I guess. No, yeah. You know what I'm realizing? Like, I don't think women really understand how manipulated they are by marketing. Because like a lot of the ring stuff, there are certain suppliers that are maybe trustworthy, but then other ones it's just like, why does this ring cost this much versus this ring cost this much or whatever? And start looking into it, start looking at the prices for 14 karat gold and how much the average weight of a ring is, the types of diamonds or rocks you can put inside of it, lab grown versus natural, which I don't think people are even aware. Like, all right, ladies. Okay, so would it matter to you if it was a natural diamond versus a lab grown diamond? If your engagement ring was one or the other? I'm interested in what you guys would think, if it matters, and what the difference would be. Like, does it matter if it's a natural, or are you one of those, I don't know. Just give your opinions on natural versus lab grown diamonds. And if you need explanations of those, I can give it to you. But I think people misunderstand the whole industry. And then if you look into it, there's this whole like, the diamond industry has a dark side to it, which can be pretty messed up. Depends. It doesn't really depend on anything. I mean, they're chemically the same, so it's just a matter of the label. Which labels matter to women way more than they do, way more than they should. But I just don't like the idea of like a conflict diamond. But also I like the manufacturing process of a diamond. It just appeals to me as an engineer. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Depends. If all he could do was lab grown, then fine. I mean, lab grown is literally chemically identical. He can get you more diamond for the same amount of a lab grown diamond. The only difference between a lab grown diamond and a natural diamond is the label that they put on it, which is, it has a serial number that says it's lab grown. Are you a house or field engineer? I was an engineer, but I'm not an engineer anymore. But yeah, I was never a field engineer though. I think field engineers they're probably underappreciated, but I feel like that resonates more with me. But I've always been one of those like sit at a desk kind of people. So handsome, respectfully. Thank you, Bren. Appreciate it. But yeah, like lab grown and real natural diamonds are chemically identical. They are identical. Like, in fact, no, the lab grown is probably pure in terms of like impurities inside the rock itself. But they're all just I mean, diamonds are just the carbon lattice. That's it. So yeah, that's all it is. So, and if it's lab grown, you know, there's no conflict related to it. You know, you didn't have little African babies digging it up in the ground and all that. So, it is what it is. But whatever. I don't know. There's not much more to say. I don't think people are even interested in the whole like ring situation. No. Also, most diamonds are mined by De Beers, which extorts countries like Botswana. Yeah. Explain that to women though. Like, they don't know how much they're being manipulated. You know, engagement rings are a recent phenomena. That's not something people used to do. They used to, if there were ever rings, they were handed down in families. This whole idea of like buying a new engagement ring, diamonds are forever. That is marketing, ladies. I do appreciate the need for some token to symbolize you are married, or at least, yeah, that you're married. From, I guess both men and women makes sense, but yeah, it's a whole manipulation thing, I think, for people. Although Botswana is a pretty developed country, thanks David Goggins. I don't look anything like David Goggins, man. That's got to be one of the worst resemblance comments I've ever gotten. But Sam Winchester, your image isn't of Sam Winchester though, so I'm confused. Do you think you could defeat David Goggins in a knife fight? No, that's a crazy motherfucker. What do they say about getting into fights with people? Never get into a fight with crazy people. Never. You don't know what they're gonna do. Now, if it's just straight up, like, I mean, I'm heavier than him, so if it was just a weight class kind of thing, and I don't know if he's had any combat training, so assuming he hasn't, I think I could take him just on a body weight kind of thing, but he's a crazy motherfucker. He's crazy. So you don't fuck with crazy people. That's just a rule. You don't know what they're gonna do. Do you think he'll take your soul, or will you take his? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if he has enough energy to take my soul too, but he definitely takes his own soul. That's crazy. And those of you who don't know who David Goggins is, you guys are confused by our conversation, but I know what Tyrone is talking about. That's an interesting surname though. He was a Navy SEAL and was in combat in Iraq, yeah. Oh, I'm falling asleep. It's been real. Have a good week. All right, yeah, see ya. I don't know if anyone else is here, so I'm probably gonna stop focusing on the YouTube. But yeah, good night. Go to bed. It's too late, especially considering you gotta go to work on a Monday. So I'm back here on TikTok though. I'll be focusing my attention here on TikTok now. He was Navy SEAL. Why are you insulting my name? I come from a long line of... I can't say it. That's the problem. I already got a 10-minute ban from TikTok. I already got it. Most notably, head of Howard University. Yeah. Oh, man. So... always forget to eat before I come on these lives. Man. Or maybe it's the mental exhaustion of like trying to entertain you fools. You know, that might be taking all the effort here for me. But this is interesting. This is cool. I think I'm gonna have to do this every week. Actually live stream on both platforms and then push people towards YouTube. I don't imagine a lot of you guys are Twitch people, because they would be watching gaming channels right now if that were true. Lovely, beautiful chaos. Appreciate a little laughter. Foxy Brown. Yeah. Hey, Zaza. What's good? What's good? We see, here's the thing. Those of you who are new here, this is what this podcast is basically about. This is a podcast page. We talk about anything and everything. So as you've noticed, if you've been here for any significant amount of time, you know the conversation can go anywhere. And that's what we've done. We've talked about so many different things. And the podcast is also that way too. And so that's what we're doing here. Building relationships and eventually an audience big enough that any one of you can eat off of. Because we've also invited people from TikTok onto our podcast, and it's usually audio only, and we talk about anything and everything. So that's what we do here. And I gotta remind myself to stay in the shot for YouTube. So, yeah. But we can talk about street interviews, and if you guys have any interesting questions that you guys want people to answer. So some of the questions we've asked people on the street, which upcoming YouTube videos, by the way, which I'll clip up and put here. But where are you from? I'm originally from California. I was born in the US. Lived in California, born and raised until I was 23, spent some time in New York, then moved back to California for a bit, and now I'm in Texas. But yeah, in the US, I'm in Texas. And I haven't bought cowboy boots yet, but soon enough I will. Sebi Senya? Or Seb, yes, Seb, I don't know. Soon, yeah, cowboy boots. They're so convenient. You just slip them on, take them off, and people here appreciate it. Black cowboy kind of looks kind of cool. Don't forget the hat too. Yeah, I gotta get the hat. I'm thinking maybe I gotta get the sombrero first. That's hat in Spanish. Which I haven't done my Duolingo today. I gotta do that. I could see you wearing a hat. Yeah, the cowboy hat with the glasses and this shirt. It's a weird look, but I think I could pull it off. Maybe I could upgrade to a dress shirt. Maybe one of these days I'll wear a suit and do like super Kevin Samuel style and just like got the YouTube thing going on and just like have the whole narrative ready to go and just like every Monday night and just entertain, and then invite you ladies to come on, and so I can tell you that you're at a mid at best, you know, and then would you guys be entertained by that? I don't know what it would be like to invite a guest, because the average person isn't media trained or doesn't have the media practice to be able to speak, and so it could be awkward. It's just like, all right, so I don't know anything about you, which is why I think it would have to be very topical. We'd have to have concrete questions that I have displayed, and then you guys give your thoughts, which I haven't done yet, which maybe I can do starting next week. You'd be surprised how much you can match with a good hat and boots. Yeah, I am surprised. I wouldn't know. I think women are better with the whole style thing and wardrobe thing. Like, maybe you guys should consider downsizing a little bit, because I don't know why you need an entire walk-in closet full of clothes, but because you can only wear you can't wear multiple outfits at the same time, so it doesn't make sense to have as much clothes as you guys do, but you do. Does anyone tell you you look like Ethiopian? Yeah, I'm ethnically Eritrean, so I can see. It's interesting. Would you say, are you Habesha? You might be Habesha. That might be it. Okay. I don't know why I thought you might have been like Turkish or something, but no, you might be Habesha, which is weird. I don't know. I guess it makes sense. If there are Habeshas on live who are looking and they see someone who looks like them, they might think, like, oh, Habesha guy. Let me support my cousin, which is how it's always. Oh, you're from Eritrea? Oh, okay. Yeah. Your picture does not look. Maybe just because it's tiny, but when I first saw it, I could have sworn you were white. Hey, from Crest Hill, Illinois. Hey, Tina, how's it going? 50 years old, my supporters. Oh, you gave your cash app, nice, okay. Oh, and you got flowers as your emoji. How do women feel about flowers? I have a rule, I don't buy flowers. So, that's the thing. Oh, thanks for the follow, Tina. You just joined. Good. Appreciate it. You might want to see the kind of videos I post before you hit the follow though. But I mean, it's your fault. It's your For You page. I do not like receiving flowers as a gift, but it's your profile picture. How does that make sense? And why don't you like? Oh, you'd rather have chocolate? Yeah, chocolate's cool. You know what I recently discovered? Apparently, there's this sexual chocolate. There's a company that puts basically the kind of I don't know if they're vitamins or they're like like it's supposed to arouse you or get you in the mood or something, but they put it into chocolate, so like a concoction or something, and then it's like a two-piece thing that you break off with your partner, and then you eat it, and it's basically, I was like, that's a brilliant business, because women are gonna buy that shit. They're gonna buy it. Apparently, it works for a lot of people, but I was like, yo, let's put vitamins in another form. Like, why does any vitamins or anything like that have to be in pill form? What if they were in different forms? And this guy figured out chocolate could be a really cool form for this type of sexually enhancing stuff. And I like taking pictures of flowers. Oh, okay. I love flowers, allergic to chocolate. Oh, that sucks. You can't enjoy chocolate. What kind of flowers would you like to receive? Yeah, good question. Can you tell us more about your alien abduction? Well, it happened when I was 5, and I was walking through the woods next to where my parents lived, and I found this bicycle in pieces, and I started putting it together, and then I saw a light shining above me, and then I felt weightless for a moment, and then I woke up and I was in my bed, and I was changed forever. That's what happened, Eric. And you really? But aren't there such a thing as good and bad flowers, though? You remind me of Terry Crews. No, I'm not that jacked, but cool. You had an alien abduction. I would love to hear about that. No, I just try to feed into this guy's comment. Oh, man. Yeah. Take care, man. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too, Zaza. Appreciate it. Uncle Sammy, would you like a job at Applebee's? No, thank you. I'm good. Do you speak Tigrinya or only English? I only speak English. I somewhat understand Tigrinya though. I'm assuming since you grew up there, you probably speak it well. I've been learning Spanish. It's weird. Like, I don't know how my parents would feel if they knew I was learning Spanish before I even learned how to speak Tigrinya, but I mean, it's a far more useful language considering the number of people who actually speak that language. But yeah, it would be the manager position. Interesting. I'm gonna have to think about that, Uncle Sammy, for sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. But do you miss home? Do you miss home? Sabai? I don't even know what to call you. What's your name? Habesha girl who looks like she might be Turkish. Okay, good. Saba. All right, thank you. I'll call you that, Saba. Yeah, welcome to Table Moments Live, hosted by a Habesha guy who doesn't identify as Habesha. And we don't talk about Habesha themes or anything like that, which I know there are other podcasts who do that. There are plenty who like, you know what, I'm gonna lean into the Habesha thing. I don't do that. Nah, not here. Here we talk about anything and everything. And if you do identify somehow that I do have some African in me, good for you. But that's not generally true. All right. Let's see. I'm debating on whether or not I should continue. This has been interesting. Follow us on YouTube. I'm actually live streaming on YouTube, as a reminder again. You're right. You're absolutely right. I've been here 26 years. Oh, wait. How old are you? You've been here 26 years? Okay. Yeah, so we're on YouTube. I'm going to start doing live streams on YouTube simultaneously with TikTok. until there's a more sizable audience on YouTube, and then I'll just be focusing on YouTube. So get on there now. Be one of the early ones, one of the people who discovered this before everybody else. That's what this can be. And you have an opportunity to do that. Oh, 44. If that's a current picture of you, blacks certainly don't crack. That's facts. If that's a current picture of you. Or maybe it's a picture of your daughter. I could see Habesha people doing that. Like, their profile pictures are pictures of their kids. That could be a thing. But yeah, this has been fun. I appreciate it. Do you guys have any last minute comments, questions that you have before I sign out? Also, be sure to tap the screen a few times. Give me some likes here. I hate like farming. By the way, you're very handsome. Thank you. How old am I? I'm 33. I'm not going to tell you how tall I am. This is so weird. I think it's the lighting, or maybe it's the shirt, because the number of compliments I received today is more than usual, for sure. I'm not quite sure what's going on, or maybe because my beard is more trimmed than it normally is. But it could be the lighting. It could be the lighting. Very tall, perhaps, but that's a mystery. That's a mystery. Man, this is a long stream. 2 hours and 45 minutes so far. But yes, YouTube, guys, YouTube. That's where I'm gonna be every week now, including on TikTok. Let's see if this can actually work, if I can bring people over, and that'd be interesting. But all right, any last minute questions? Very nice to meet you too, Saba. Very nice to meet you. And let's see who's actually in the chat. User 22733, Lizzie and Brenda Wilkerson. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna call it quits. Pat Kirko, sorry you just joined late, unfortunately, but we're ending the stream. Plans for future streams, I'm going to obviously continue doing the dual broadcast with YouTube. If you want to see this, if you say handsome face, it's more handsomer on YouTube. And then also, I think I have to structure this better so that I can actually write the topic of conversation. So when people do stumble on this live, they're not going to be asking like, what's going on? What are you guys talking about? I need a way to be able to like change, which I know I can do for YouTube. I can definitely do that. So maybe I'll experiment, see if I can add graphics to the YouTube stream and then see if that works and continue pushing people there. And then also look forward to some more videos. I'm gonna be posting more videos this week. We've gotten some pretty cool street interviews, and not the kind of basic ass questions people have been asking. We reframe them in interesting and more thoughtful ways. So we'll be doing that. And I appreciate everyone coming on. Have a very good rest of your Sunday night, or have a really good Monday morning tomorrow. Bye. 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 Bye bye bye. All right. All right, YouTube. That's the live. If you actually watch this, the whole, let's see, 2 hours and 48 minutes of this, you're a real one, I guess. You're a real one. I don't know if I'll be able to clip this up and turn this into an interesting episode for the audio, but I think this is promising. This is promising that we can actually look at. And then I want to give more interesting backgrounds. I might get a different, shorter lens so that I'm not so much in your face, but then I can still zoom in and it captures. So yeah, it's getting my face. Cool thing. And so I got to figure out the lighting situation so the autofocus actually works better. You know, it's a little delayed right now, but I'll work on it. And we're going to upgrade this eventually by building the audience here so that this can actually be useful for people who come on the show. If you have anything to plug, or you're working on something, or we're building a new app to revolutionize dating online, you know, we can do those things and have a platform and the distribution built in so that people can actually go and this thing can actually be successful. So, and this is all just about connecting people with other people, solving that distribution problem that everyone has when they're starting something new. And I don't know if I've communicated that well or if people even understand that that's what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. If I can solve that problem, not just for me, but for anyone who wants to come on the show, you got something interesting going on in your life, or you're working on something new, and you need people to know about it to get some initial traction, this could be the place for you. And so just know that by even just watching or supporting or helping the algorithm or putting a like or subscribing to this is all just helping that vision happen. You might not see it, but I see it. So I'll continue to do this. Otherwise, I appreciate everybody. It's been good. And see you next week. Let's see. Let's end the stream.